Well, when you're talking about finances, when I went to Little Rock Touchdown Club, I talked about how revenue sharing is going to equal the playing field, not this year, but it would equal the playing field for all teams. And I don't think there's been any question that in the NIL era, we didn't have the same amount of money nor close to the same amount of money as a lot of teams that we're competing against. However, revenue share even the playing field with everybody. And like I say, everybody pushed their money forward. Most everybody pushed their money forward last year. So it won't affect it will affect this recruiting class. But after that, revenue sharing should equal us back out. And of course, as you know, when it was all equal, we went from 4-20 to 9-4 in top 20. So I think I don't know. I can't speak for the athletic director, but I'm assuming that's what he meant by it. But I'll be honest with you, we got to beat Memphis, so I really haven't thought a whole lot about it, to be honest with you.
Clearly. All right, welcome into the zone. It's 10:08, and that was Sam Pittman. The best part of that was him throwing a little shade at Chad Morris. The 4-20 part of that comment. That's Chad Morris through and through. So there you go. We're going to talk more about Coach's comments. And he alluded to it at the Touchdown Club, too. So, I mean, again, it's not like this is earth-shattering news. And we forgot to ask, or at least I didn't ask, Caleb Wooden about the comments or if he heard anything about that. I guess we can ask Michael Washington about it when we have him on today. We've also got Quinn Grovey coming on, and a busy day today. We've got Nathan Brown stopping by. Where are we? We're in Conway today. We're in Judge Braswell's court. Not because we did anything wrong yet, but it is his 11th year as a circuit court judge. We've done this a couple other times, DJ. This is your first time up here.
That's right.
You said it's the first time you've been in a courtroom.
Yes.
That's great news.
Seen it on TV before.
I have knock on wood, amazingly never spent time in a court for any kind of criminal activity. The only time I ever had to go to court was when my parents got divorced, and that was no fun.
Where'd you sit?
Well, we were in the chambers. And basically they were like, who do you want to live with? And I'm like, well, this sucks.
Now that's a fair question.
Wait, you weren't out here in the heat?
No, man.
Oh, so you weren't in a courtroom.
Well, I was in the court. Well, I guess, okay. I was in the judge's chambers, which is actually worse.
Oh, is it?
That qualifies. I'm not sure that's a fun place to be.
No, when you're 7 years old, it's scary as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Who'd you pick?
I don't remember what I said. It was 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I don't know.
That's tough.
I mean, I like both my parents, so I didn't care. It was bad.
Do they make you pick?
Yeah, they did a terrible job.
You kind of have to?
I love my parents. I love them. My mom's passed, but they did a terrible job during their divorce as it related to us. I will say that. Terrible.
Were your siblings, were you all on the same page of?
How many siblings do I have?
2.
Mm-hmm. Well, my brother wasn't alive yet, so.
Oh, yeah, Blake was later.
Yeah.
So it was you and your sister.
Yeah. My sister, I don't know. We were like, what do we know? We're 7 and 9. We don't know anything. Ridiculous. That whole thing was so dumb. I mean, I don't know how anybody in their right mind could let their kids go through that. I'd be like, I don't know what I got to give up here to make this work, but there's no way in hell I'm having my kids go in the judge's chambers and get grilled by 2 attorneys.
Yeah, no, it's a tough situation, and that's one of the reasons that we try really hard to keep kids that age out of court.
Yes.
Right? And even going up until 10, 11 years old. That's our primary focus is, how can we help families, and then also making sure that, the trauma that's impacted on kids, that we can minimize that, because it's a real thing. I mean, you're talking about it 30 years later.
Yeah, 40 some years later.
Well, I'm trying to be nice.
So we are here again, and for those who missed the show the last time or the time before, we like to highlight, I guess, the things that are going on here. And there's some stories that are tough ones out of this courtroom.
That's right.
There's some really positive stories.
Yes.
And, it's not necessarily scared straight, but there are definitely guys who have missteps or gals who get put back on the right path and fortunately can stay there. So what do we want to let people know, I guess, about what we're trying to do today and what you guys do here?
Yeah, it's a great question. What an honor to have you guys back, especially DJ.
Thank you.
I mean, first time in a courtroom, it gets to be in my courtroom. Hopefully you get to leave out the same doors that you came in.
How many Mackey Award winners have you had in your court?
Let's see, 1.
Yeah. We'll get Hunter Henry up here and win one day, too.
That's right.
Yeah. The last Mackey Award winner I saw in court didn't turn out too well.
Who's that?
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, okay. Well, I did not. I had the over/under going off the rails at 11, but not at 10-10. But no, just a few things that we want to highlight today is number one, just the way that we approach working with kids and families that come through our court system. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. But what are we going to do as a community to help a kid be put in the right position to learn from that bad decision or learn from that mistake and move forward? Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's in our interest that they're an important part of the community, that they're able to, grow up and pay taxes and fund Medicaid and those things. And so we want to come along kids and families, meet them where they are. Now, that doesn't mean that we're soft on the kids, but we have to be smart in the way that we deal with them. And so our community partnerships that you're going to be hearing throughout the show today, they're very vital to what we do. UCA is a big community partner for us, Deliver Hope, and I know they'll be here later to talk about the things that they do to serve kids. And the other thing we'll talk about, too, is our teen court program where we bring in high school seniors to come in and serve in our court. And so they come into this courtroom, and they're trained, and they'll sit up in those chairs as jurors on real cases. And so we have kids that are in the danger of being in the system. And so this is a diversion program. We're diverting kids out of the court system, trying to provide services without them going through court. So they come in, they admit to what they've done, whatever that situation may be. And so the teen court process is about coming up with the appropriate disposition or sentence in a juvenile case. And I'll tell you this, to see a bunch of high school seniors sitting over there listening to what happened, but not only what happened, but why it happened, and then they go back and deliberate, and we have a whole list of programs that they can provide, and they make recommendations. And I've seen some high school kids stand up and say, "Judge, can I say something to this kid?" "Sure, what do you have to say?" Say, "Young man, I've been in the same place that you are in. I came from a broken home. I came from, a family with drug addiction. And I was able to find a good group of friends and a safe place to be. And I'm sitting here ready to graduate. If I can do it, you can do it."
That's awesome.
I can't say that to a kid.
Yeah.
That's not my experience. And so to see young men and women who
having a peer go through it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so to see them lead in their community, it's awesome.
Cool.
It's awesome to see. Yeah,
that's big time. Are you able to see the difference between what you just described and then just a kid who's entitled and spoiled and just a little rotten?
Those are your words.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I did have a kid. I got a message a couple weeks ago from a mom, and it was really kind and very humbling for me to get. And she said, in short, "I just want to thank you for what you did for my son when he was in front of you. When you got done with the hearing, you told him basically, your mom and dad are here. You have a car. You have a lot of things that a lot of kids in this community don't have. And for you to be acting this way, you're acting like a spoiled brat."
Yeah.
Wow.
And she said in that message that when they walked outside, he hung his head and he said, "Mom, I have been a spoiled brat, haven't I?" And she said, "Yeah." And so the end of that message is he's doing great, doing fantastic things. But when somebody says, "Hey, you saved my son's life by speaking truth," and I think now more than ever we have a responsibility to speak truth. The kids know when you're BSing them, right? So you've got to be at their level and communicate with them and give them an opportunity and let them know that you're for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you spoiled?
No, I'm this way for a different reason.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Can we, before we move on, I want to address, speaking of speaking truth, that Sam Pittman clip we opened with.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Am I missing something or misunderstanding something when it says now the playing field is level when it comes to finances? What am I missing there? Because isn't there still a huge gap that we just talked about with Hunter Yurachek?
That Arkansas wasn't committing $18 million to paying players, and now they will. That's the difference.
But it's not level still.
No, it changed the gap 0%.
Yeah, if I'm
because now everyone gets it, and so if you were, let's just say, 8th place in the SEC a bit when it comes to financial. Now everyone gets it. Guess what? You're still sitting in the 8th spot because these other schools still have these collectives and stuff. Because what am I missing?
If Arkansas is spending $10 million on NIL and they get this $18 million and they're now spending $28 million.
Hang on. I'm going to take issue with this.
Let's hear it.
I'm sick of people calling it NIL. It's not NIL.
Okay, you know what we mean.
It's salaries.
Yes.
It's salary, but it matters. Words matter. We're in a courtroom. We're going to get it right today. I'm sick and tired of people calling. Oh, Arkansas wasn't on board with NIL. No, they were. Arkansas was on board with NIL. They were a leader in NIL. They hired a guy to run an NIL department right out of the gate. Then they threw the collective curveball.
Boom.
And the collective curveball changed the landscape, not NIL.
Okay.
NIL wasn't an issue. Collectives are an issue. And collectives are what need to be policed. Bottom line is Arkansas is going to spend a lot more money on guys and players in all sports,
well, that's not
certainly
what I'm
in football, than they were.
I'm not. Yes, they will. I'm not arguing that point. But the playing field is not level.
It's leveling.
How?
Because you're going to spend a lot more money. DJ, you only need 25 dudes that you're spending a bunch of money on, right? You're going to spend money on all of them, but let's be real. How many dudes do you need?
Justin.
I feel like if they're spending $10 million on players, and now they're spending $28 million on players, but Texas A&M is spending $20 million on players. Now they're spending $38 million on players. The playing field is not level at all. They're just getting
I think
more
Arkansas
money.
will be in a more competitive position than they were. That's my opinion.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think you can say now the playing field is level. It didn't change at all.
Okay, well now we're playing the semantics game. If I say I think Arkansas is in a more competitive position than they were before, and you're saying it's not level, well that's fine. Okay. But they are in a better position than they were. I think that's what their point.
They're going to be in more negotiations and be able to offer and counteroffer better than they can now. It doesn't mean they're going to get them all.
Yeah.
But they're going to have more money to at least offer.
I can agree with that.
The better.
You're
case.
intimately familiar with Arkansas straight up losing dudes over cash.
Yeah.
And cash that probably is justifiable. Not guys asking for $1 million that should be making $350. So the guys that want $350 that Arkansas is paying $250 to, maybe they can step up and pay the $350, right?
Because they couldn't match what other schools were paying them.
Right.
But
with a bigger pot of money.
So now instead of you wanted $600,000, Luke or whatever.
Right.
Now we can pay you that. Well, Ole Miss is like, well, we were going to pay him $600,000. Now we can pay you $1.2 million.
I don't know
because now we got more money.
I don't know how great the gap will be.
Yeah.
I don't know how great the gap will be.
I think it'll be the exact same as it is, as it has been.
Well, I don't think anybody has a good feel for what people are spending either. So we don't know.
That's very true.
I mean, are they spending?
There's a lack of transparency on that issue, big time.
Are we spending $50 million or are we spending $25 million? Arkansas is probably spending 10. So I mean,
I guess it just depends on how much these other schools are willing to overpay for players.
That's right.
That's exactly what my thinking is.
You like that?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
That's exactly what my thinking is.
Well, what he said is should equal us back out. Should.
I just think I don't know about again. I agree with what you're saying. I don't know about equal, but I think Arkansas is in a better spot afterwards than they were. And yes, their hand was forced. But again, I get where they're coming from. I'm not in favor of collectives at all. I think it's nonsense. If you were a popular player, and that's the way this was all set up originally, and of course, what happens? You give them an inch, they take a mile. And I hate to pick on players. They got to get what they can get. I get it. But the name, image, and likeness thing, if you're a super popular athlete and people are buying your jersey and people want you to sponsor their products and be their spokesman, that's great. You should get paid a lot of money for that. That's fine. But this was not designed to be like show up on campus, you're the third left tackle, and you get money.
That's right.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
I'm curious, too. I feel like Arkansas, based off what we've heard, we're spending every dollar we can get our hand on. Do you think these other schools that have more than enough money, they're just like, okay, this is what we have this year. We have to spend every single dollar. Do you think they have some stuff left over? Do you think it's just say, I'm just saying if, for example, Ole Miss has $30 million. Or we heard what Texas Tech had around $50 million. I mean, where'd that come from? And now that, they're not. Are they in the revenue sharing thing too?
Again, they're in what?
I'm assuming they are too, right?
Who?
Is these all schools?
Well, I mean, they're in different situations because it's an SEC revenue sharing thing we're talking about.
Yeah, just because they have that pot, do you think they sit there and be we have to spend it all?
Their pot's not as big, I don't think. But again, Texas Tech's in a situation like Arkansas is with Tyson, right? So what Arkansas would normally have to do is probably allocate more of those funds towards basketball to be competitive. But because Tyson and some others are underwriting that and giving them an advantage, they can take that big pot of money, the $18 million, and spend it on largely football. I think 80% is going to go to football at least, if not more.
And that softball player.
And then the rest of the other players.
That's crazy.
No, I'm not talking about Texas Tech. I'm talking about Arkansas.
Okay.
But Texas Tech's in a unique situation that they have, basically they're like the Saudis. They just have limitless oil money over there, and they're going to spend it on sports. I do wonder, it's kind of like the Live Golf Tour, right? I do wonder at some point, do you go, what's my return on investment here? Do I really care this much
Absolutely.
about competing? Do I really care this much about my college being good at football?
Some people do.
Sickos.
Isn't that wild?
They have too much money.
It depends on how much losing $50 million every year hurts your pocket. If it's like losing $20, let's let it ride.
Yeah.
But that's why I think there has to be, a salary cap, and some. If we're really talking about equaling out, there has to be some guidelines. Dare I say, enforcement, but something to level it out. If not, you're going to continue to see, I think, the gap to get bigger and bigger because you're going to have bigger donors come in and say, like at Penn State. I mean, they've got a ton of money coming in at Penn State. Right. And so people are going to come in and just spend more and more and more and more.
Sadly, what stinks is we just had the athletic director sitting in front of us this week, and nobody asked him, how much are you spending right now on players?
Yeah.
And how much are you going to spend when $18 million is available to you? When you're forced to spend $18 million, or basically it's available to you? That's what we should have asked, but we didn't.
I don't think he would have answered this either, though.
Well, I mean, I would have liked to have presented the question to him. It just didn't occur to me at the time. I don't know what we were thinking.
Well, you can ask him next year.
Yes, if he comes back. I don't know. He's pretty offended about the way he was treated this year. No, I'm kidding. But, I mean, with the crap storm that came out of it, I don't know if that was good or not. So, anyway. Listen, I like the transparency, at least on Hunter's part, about, look, we're in a tough spot. But Pittman said when he was here, right? He did say that. Nobody freaked out about that. We're going to be in better shape. But maybe it's the way it was couched, right? He says, hey, we're going to be in better shape when the collective starts. Or when the revenue sharing starts.
Yeah.
Hunter basically said, well, until that happens, we're screwed. I mean, which is basically what Sam said, but different, right?
That's right.
So
same message, different words.
Yes. Anyway, if you want to join us today, you can at 501-661-1037. If you got a question for the judge or you want to know what they're into. I mean, I guess people don't reach out to you. It's all through the criminal system, right? So, I mean, it's not like people call you and go, hey, I've got a troubled youth. I need you to have a word with them. Or does that happen?
Well, you'd be surprised on folks that think that they can just call me up and talk about their case, right? Or, show up at the door and say, hey, I need to talk to the judge about my kid's case. Can't do that. But certainly I'll have, people in the community reach out and say, hey, I know somebody that's, going through a difficult time. What services are available or what can you do? And so we just tell them, hey, just come up to the juvenile court office downstairs here at the courthouse. I've got an amazing staff, and they can kind of point them in the right direction. But yeah, most of the cases, are going to come either from schools, from truancy, which has been a huge problem, especially after COVID, or contact with law enforcement. That's kind of how the big pieces, or a majority of the cases, come through the court system.
I was going to ask you about that because truancy is a word we don't use very often.
I do.
Yes, I bet you do.
That's right.
But in the normal public, it's not a common word.
No.
How you just mentioned? I was going to ask you how big of an issue that is. And when I was a kid, my mom's like, "Listen, you got to go to school. You got to, because otherwise you go to jail or I will. We're going to be in trouble."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay." So I never questioned it again.
Right, and that's a big motivating factor, right? And I tell families that come through truancy court, especially, you'd be shocked, about half of our truancy cases are elementary and younger, right? Wow. And so obviously it's not the kid's fault you mentioned 7 years old, 8 years old. It's not the kid's fault that they're not going to school, right? And so when we have cases with kids that age, my staff tells the mom or whoever the parent or guardian is, don't bring your kid to court. I don't need a 7 or 8 year old standing up here while I have a conversation, with their mom about why they're not getting to school, right?
What are there legitimate reasons?
Sometimes there can be, part of the school's frustrations, and we work really well with our schools, is, they'll send letters, they'll try to contact a family for medical documentation, whatever it may be, and a parent may just not respond. They don't do a good job of communicating with the school. And so we have cases where, kids will come in and the mom will say, well, my son has, a certain disease or medical issue. We've been down at Children's, here it's kind of snowballing. Here are the medical reports. And it's kind of like, okay, you need to stay in communication with the school and let them know what's going on so they can work with you at the school level in terms of attendance. But an overwhelming majority of it is just people not caring enough
What's
to
the
make
punishment,
them go consistently.
Potentially?
What we try to do in every case is identify the obstacles that a parent's having in getting their kid to school, right? And there's a ton of reasons. You mentioned, divorce earlier. Have people that come in and say, hey, we've gone through a really, nasty divorce. I'm a single mom now. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to do everything. I used to have help. I'm really struggling. And so what we try to do is say, okay, what specifically do you need to make sure that your kid's going to school? We've bought kids bicycles, backpacks, basketballs, whatever it is motivation, right? And, hey, look, you've got to go. Here's some rewards, gas cards, which may seem – people say, why would you do that for somebody? To try to help them get out of the situation that they're in. Mm-hmm. And why wouldn't we do everything that we can, right? Now, part of that is accountability and responsibility, right? So if you come in here and I ask you, what help do you need, you tell me, and I provide that, but you're still not doing what I'm asking you to do, then we're going to have a problem. Mm-hmm. And so, there are different punishments, fines, fees, court costs, community service. When things get really squirrely, then I have to have a really uncomfortable conversation with the parent. They don't go through that door. Sometimes they go through that one, which is we try to reserve for the most serious of situations, because that's a heavy thing to do. But at the end of the day, look, I'm not the kid's parent, right? We're in court.
Yeah.
Okay? And so you're the adult. It's your kid. It's your responsibility.
Right.
We've offered a plethora of services, and you're still refusing to comply with my order. Now I'm going to have to handle the case a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, not a pushover, but we're certainly going to give people opportunities to get back on the right path.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have to put your foot down.
Can you call Sam Pittman? Because his defense has a truancy issue. They haven't been showing up for work.
They're leaving a lot of gaps. They're missing some places.
I was having some good conversations with Matt Harris about that. I mean, I don't think in the first half, I hate to say this because I love the coaches, some of them.
Who don't you love?
I don't think they put them in a situation to be successful in the first half.
All right, we're going to put this on the coaches.
So
that means we're going to give him credit for the second half.
It's not me. It was Coach Pittman put it out there.
But we're going to give him credit on the second half then.
10 points in the second half against
pretty
Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm.
Make adjustments.
Yeah.
Hey, stop getting these guys out of place.
Yeah.
Pittman said it. He says, what we were doing, we were checking to Lane Kiffin's checks, and we were just getting it too late, and our guys were out of position.
Okay.
So that wasn't me who said it. Coach Pittman said it.
That's good.
And that's Coach Pittman saying Coach Will was checking to Lane Kiffin's checks.
What does he need to do?
He's got to tighten up.
He needs to tighten up. All right, we got to hit a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Michael Washington. We've got some other guests here in Judge Braswell's courtroom. We are hanging out up here. And, again, I think we're all concerned about the future of this country. And it all starts in places like this, in part, trying to get folks on the right track. And we will take a break, come back and talk to Michael Washington. He's been on the right track from the very beginning of the season. He's looking good.
He is.
As advertised.
Yes. Yesterday was defense day. Today we're focused on positives. We can talk about the offense.
I like it.
With Michael.
Yeah. All right, before we go, I want to tell you about my friends over there at Jones & Son, taking care of everybody when it comes to that fine jewelry. They put the fine in fine jewelry. Now, the thing about it is, I say this all the time, you want something unique, I got something for you. They have the Couture collection at Jones & Son, only to be found at Jones. It's going to cost you, okay? Because when you get nice things, they sometimes come with the price. And it's not just their Couture collection, but all the top brands too, and Michael M. and Vahan. Well, when you do that and you want to make that investment, you might as well get the best price there is out there, and they have a best price match guarantee. Guaranteeing you won't find a better deal than at Jones & Son. 11121 Rodney Parham Road is the location. They've been there for over 30 years taking care of their clients, which most of them are repeat customers because they've been doing people right. They got great financing options. And don't get me started on the diamonds. They're a direct diamond importer, which means they set their own prices. Best quality rock, fraction of the price. Jacob is going to be there. I like to call him Jacob the Jeweler. Stop by and see him. Once again, the location is 11121 Rodney Parham Road.
Go to 1037thebuzz.com and register to win tickets to Foul and Flame, November 22nd in Des Arc. Get tickets and more info at foulandflame.com.
This is SportsCenter.
College football is officially moving to a single transfer portal window, according to the NCAA. The NCAA Division I Administrative Committee voted to approve a legislative change that eliminates the spring transfer portal window, but it did not sign off on establishing January 2nd through the 11th as the lone portal window for FBS and FCS players. In response to feedback from student athletes, the FBS and FCS oversight committees will discuss modifying the dates and length of the proposed January window. The administrative committee will consider these changes in October when it meets again. The Washington Commanders will return home. The District of Columbia City Council voted in favor of a measure that will allow the Commanders to build a new football stadium at the site of their old stadium, RFK, which they played at for over 3 decades. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Fernando Carmona joins Out of Bounds, courtesy of Colonial Life Independent Agents, Charlie Schaaf and Damon Francis. Call 501-413-4005.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
The 14th Annual Downtown Food Truck Festival is headed to the 30 Crossing Green Space on September 21st. Whether you're a foodie, a music lover, or simply looking for a great time, Wood Rock's biggest street party of the year has something for everyone. With over 100 food trucks and vendors, live music, handmade goods, refreshing drinks, and a vibrant atmosphere, the festival is set to bring our community together again on Sunday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 601 President Clinton Avenue.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Can't get enough of us on the radio? Follow us on Twitter at JustinAcri7, at DJ Williams 45, and at CWeaver1037.
Mosh pits and beer chests, stage diver, skydiver, spray the crowd with cold water. Now it's mosh pits and wet.
The Zone is joined by Arkansas running back Mike Washington Jr. each week this season to give us an inside look on the Razorbacks.
Jackson looking to throw, dumps it in the flat. Washington's open inside the 20, inside the 10. He's going to score. Touchdown, Arkansas.
He's brought to you by Red River Auto Group. Visit him at redriverauto.com. Your best ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group.
Going to hand the ball off. Washington, lots of room inside the 40 to the 30 to the 20. There he goes. Mike Washington, touchdown, Arkansas. Washington from 47 yards, a huge hole on the right side. Marion Harris with the big block, and Arkansas is right back in it.
All right, let's get to it. We are here again in Conway, Judge Braswell's circuit court. And we're going to talk more about what they're doing here. We got some special guests coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. But right now on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, a couple house calls last week from Mike Washington as part of that Razorback game over at Ole Miss. And unfortunately, a little bit short for the Hogs last week and unfortunate turnover late. But looking forward to this week and the rest of the season. Mike's back. Good to have you. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Yourself?
Yeah, we're good. We're excited. We asked a question off the top of the week about the level of optimism after the loss, and honestly, people, I think, felt more optimistic. I think that was the bottom line. About two-thirds of the respondents said, I felt more optimistic after that game, even though they came up a little short. That had to be a fun game to be a part of. I know you got to be disappointed about the outcome, but, man, that was a wild back-and-forth affair.
Yeah, it was. Those are the best games. Like I said, it's my first time really playing in a big SEC game like that with that many fans. So the experience was a great experience. Unfortunately, we lost, but it was a good game.
Did you feel going in like it might be like that? Like, hey, we got to be on point today. We're going to have to score a bunch of points maybe. This is a really good Ole Miss offense, and I think everybody knows about Lane Kiffin's prowess as a play caller.
Well, yeah, even Coach Petrino said, like, the margin for error, within this game or within any SEC game is small. You can't really have any error when you're playing, big teams like this. So we knew going in the game, okay, it's going to be, fourth quarter win, maybe overtime. So we just had to stay on our P's and Q's.
What was working for you? You had a nice day, a couple scores I mentioned, and
kind of wheel route. We talked about that wheel route.
I love that wheel route. Get on that wheel route, Mike.
Yeah.
What were you? Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, really just game planning, preparing, watching film. Over like the past week before that game, heading into that game, we knew that the wheel route was going to be there. One, because of my speed, and a lot of linebackers, they can't really run with me. Especially with watching film, I knew that I'll be able to beat him over the top, and that was exactly what happened with that wheel route.
Do you like running over corners more or beating linebackers in space more?
I would say running over corners, but they don't really come my way too often. So I would say, they don't really come my way too often. So I would say running past linebackers, second defenders.
It's called a business decision, Mike. They don't want to know that for sure.
On your big run, first of all, great up front blocking. I mean, I'm going to ask you about how special it is having your receivers block 20 yards downfield as well. I saw that all over the tape. But I saw it when you broke through. I'm curious about how fast you are, because I think you even started idling down, and you were kind of looking at them like, y'all can't catch me. You know what I mean? Have we seen top speed yet from you yet?
No, that wasn't my top speed at all. That wasn't my top speed at all. I almost reached it, but the goal line was like right there. That's when I started idling down, probably around the 20, 15-yard line. But I didn't top out.
You just trying to give him a chance, or what are we doing?
Teasing him. He's teasing him.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? You're messing with him?
I like it. It'd be nice to be so fast where you can just mess with people like that. I never could do that. I had to try to run.
I need an answer. What are you doing?
Hey, I just, I give them a little, and then, sometimes I'll break off. But if I realize that they can't catch me, then, I'll slow down a little bit.
Must be nice.
Which is a bad habit.
All my life, Mike, I
ran start running.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Usain Bolt used to let up at the finish line. Me, I ran as fast as I could my whole life, and it wasn't nearly fast enough. So, some guys have it like that, I guess. So we hit the reset button a little bit this week with Memphis. Before we get to them, I want to ask you about Talon, and I'm not asking for specifics. You don't have to get into it too much, but we talked a little bit this week. Came up a conversation. Obviously, he's clowning. He's playing as well as any quarterback in America right now. I mean, hell, there's 5 NFL guys I watched this week and they ain't playing as good as Talon. So my thing is, we're worried about, I guess, a little bit. I know he put some weight on, really worked hard to get his body right for the season, knowing he's going to be running the football a lot. But we talked a little bit about his durability. How do you feel like he's holding up to the abuses of running the football as much as he has?
I feel like he's holding up well. I feel like he's holding up very well, and I feel like that all starts with preparation and treatment. He's in treatment every day. Like, there's not one day where I don't see him in a treatment room, and it's not because he's hurt. It's more so he's just trying to make sure he's durable for the season, just keeping up maintenance. So I feel like he's been doing well with carrying that load.
How do you feel the day after a game? You feel like you were in a train wreck, or do you feel pretty good, or are you somewhere in between?
I feel good. Like I get a lot of treatment throughout the week, so after the first few days, like I'm a little banged up, but after that, I'm a running back, so I'm gonna be banged up, so that's expected.
Yeah.
But I feel good.
Do they still give you all the good stuff before the games?
Advil?
It depends on what you're talking about. The good stuff.
When I played, that's when Toradol was still a thing. So I would get a shot in my butt before the game. I'd get one before the game and at halftime.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know about that.
Good answer, Mike. You should run for office, buddy. I think you're all set. That's good work right there. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. All right. I'm going to ask you another tough question. Not nearly that much. Like, this has nothing to do with drugs. So Memphis this week. You're coming off a SEC opener. Next week's Notre Dame. This is a game that people have been looking forward to ever since it got announced. I mean, it's a huge deal to have the Irish coming to town. So this would be deemed a trap game, and this is a dangerous Memphis team. I asked Caleb about this yesterday, and he said, look at every opponent the same. Is it concerning at all for you about, being in that position with Memphis in between those two games?
No. We take each game one at a time. With this game specifically, it's just another game, just like how Ole Miss was just another game. We came into Ole Miss with an extreme amount of confidence. Unfortunately, we came out with the loss. But that confidence remains the same, coming into this game, and then the next game and the game after that. So there's nothing different that we're doing because it's Memphis, and then the same for Notre Dame. There's nothing different that we're going to be doing because it's Notre Dame. That confidence will still remain the same.
We're talking to Mike Washington on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline if you're just tuning in, and we look forward to it. He's brought to you by Red River Dodge. Growing up, and again, I never played at the level you guys did. I'm just trying to compare things, and I'm curious, like, when you play these games, and again, there's no disrespect to Memphis. They're a great group of 5 team or group of 6 or whatever that is now, I guess. But this is an opportunity to maybe get some numbers here and get some work in and do some good things. Do you ever think in those terms, like, hey, this could be an opportunity. We're going to have a chance to really do some things, offensively, and I might be able to. I mean, to me, that's encouraging. I mean, Ole Miss, you go on the road against an SEC team, it's like, we've got to find a way to win the game. And in a game like this, you should win this game. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're favored on the road against this team for a reason. I mean, do you ever think, geez, this could be an opportunity maybe to get some numbers here?
Yeah, most definitely. It's something that's definitely thought about. But it's more so because of our preparation and our game plan. We knew the same thing with Ole Miss. Like, we're going to be able to, put some numbers up in the air. And the same thing with this team, with watching film and, looking at their corners, looking at their DBs, studying their formations. Like, we know we could put up, some decent numbers.
Yeah. Let me follow up on that real quick if I could. 526. If you guys do that again this week, I think you're probably in good shape. Would you rate yourself a better pass catcher or blocker?
I would say it's even between both. I'm probably I would say probably blocker because I'm a bit more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And like I put a lot of emphasis on not letting Taylor get back, so I probably would say blocker as of right now.
Well, blocking's tough, and probably makes you hurt the next day. So that's why the Toradol, right? Just kidding. Anyway, TJ, go ahead. Totally joking.
So, Mike, I'm going to watch film on Memphis defense today. What am I going to see? What's going to pop out to me?
You want specifics, or do you want what do you want?
Oh yeah, I want the specifics. Yeah, what am I going to see?
They're a 3-3 stack team. They like to blitz. They have decent blitzers, but we have something to attack that. I'm not going to get too specific with that.
Yeah. Not too specific.
Yeah, this will be our last call if you do, so let's not do that.
Put him in a tough spot today, guys.
Yes. So 3-3 stack defense. They like to bring pressure. Coverages. What are we, man to man? Where's the strength? Where's the weakness?
I believe they play a little bit of both man-to-man and zone. Primarily zone, though, because of their 3-3 stack defense. And then we should be able to win over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I like it.
Okay.
Hey, that's all I need. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to let you go on that one, Mike. You got grilled today, so good work, my friend. And listen, if you ever run for office, I want you to know that I'm going to have a vote for you, my friend. So you handled that very well. I appreciate that, and best of luck. We'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good one.
I appreciate you too. He has been a joy.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's great.
He's like, I don't know about all that. I mean, I had guys that would take like 5 ibuprofen. We didn't have. In high school, we didn't have access to that.
When I went to the NFL post game, I saw some of the vets. They had like a little, the little cups that you would see like in a doctor's office that you put whatever in.
Yeah.
I'd see they put one in a locker. I was like, what is that? They said, "Whoa,
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. I was like, what does that mean?
Brett Favre had a 5-gallon bucket in his.
It was 3 to 4 different shaped in-colored pills, which I never really knew what they were. But they said it's the good stuff.
Okay, you learned.
Yeah, it was the good stuff.
Gotcha.
It's like, oh wow, I feel great.
Okay, let me get Tony in here quick, and then we'll take a break. We got some guests coming up here in Judge Braswell's court. What's up, Tony?
Yes, Justin. I'll make it real quick. This is actually a question for both you and DJ. Big fan of y'all. But my question is, my grandson, he's a quarterback down at Temple, Texas. He's in the 10th grade. And a Division II school called and sent him a letter asking him to go to this football camp. And it's like $390, and, they prop it up as being like an excellent camp and stuff. But my question is, what's the most that you ever spent for your son to go to camp at DJ as well? And I sent him to the camp at OBU, and it offers some of the same stuff that this camp is offering on the letter. And I'll just hang up and listen and ask for your advice on that. And thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on where you are and what you want out of that camp. Some kids want to go to camp just because it's fun. But if you're trying to get your stuff out there, get seen, try to get noticed, I do believe it's worth it. I went to as many camps as possible. Ole Miss, Arkansas, went to a Nike camp, went to all these spots, and it was just about trying to get seen. And, if something pops off in person, a coach will say, hey, let's take a little bit closer look at this kid. Because some things on tape don't translate to when you see it in person, like a small mechanical thing or really the ball popping. You said your did he say son, nephew? Son, I can't remember your grandson. If quarterback, maybe they're able to tell. Man, the ball really comes out of his hand. Well, we couldn't tell that on tape. So yeah, I think it's beneficial. Pricing wise, I couldn't tell you. I'd have to call my mom. She held it down.
Yeah, well, I'm sure camp price have changed a little bit since you were in school. No offense. Yeah, maybe not though. Maybe not that much.
Everything's more expensive now.
Yeah,
I think so, probably. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of these, and I know a lot of these guys and folks who put them on, they really do try to keep them affordable for kids. So.
That sounds high to me.
Yeah.
$390?
That's, yeah. My kid ain't going to $390 camp.
Is it a one-day camp?
Why don't you find me a $60 camp,
Where they stay in the week?
I don't know.
A little overnight and food?
I mean, it's coming with a college scholarship? What do we get? 10:49, got to run. We got some guests coming up here in Judge's Court. We'll be back in a sec. Stick around.
So why your love went away, I just can't seem to understand. Thought it was me and you, baby.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Richard Yeager, Steve Ferguson, or Jason Daly in Little Rock today.
Big savings are rolling now at Gwatney Chevrolet. Take advantage of the $7,500 EV tax credit before September 30th. Drive a 2026 Trax or Trailblazer for just $249 a month, or save up to $13,000 on new Silverados. Plus, we're paying up to 20% over Kelley Blue Book for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And right now, you can get it all with no payments until 2026. Stop by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Kathleen Madigan, the Day Drinking Tour.
Well, my parents are in Florida in the winter right now, as most Midwest old people with a car. And my parents bought a new car. They bought a black Lincoln Town Car. Little did they know that that's one of the more expensive rides on the Uber app, so I have signed them up to be Uber drivers.
Kathleen Madigan, Saturday, January 17th, Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, Arkansas, this is Chris Hodge, the longtime host of Sports Investors Daily, which is sponsored by TakingVegas.com. Big game for you guys on Saturday, Arkansas, Memphis. We have it for you free on the text line. Just text the word WIN to the number 545454. I know it was a tough loss last week against Ole Miss. You guys are 7.5-point favorites over Memphis. We got this game for you absolutely free. Just text the word WIN to the number 545454.
You know, in football, the best teams always have a game plan. This is Coach Houston Nutt. I'm joining Gen Wealth Financial Advisors for the Business Owner Summit. I'll be sharing my own experiences about leadership and what it takes to be successful on and off the field. Don't miss it. Seats are limited, so reserve yours today at GetReadyForTheFuture.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Coming up Thursday on Out of Bounds, we're going to talk a little Razorback recruiting with Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, and WholeHogSports.com. Get the very latest on Arkansas recruiting in football and basketball. Plus, Brian Edwards joins us, VegasInsider.com. We'll get some picks from him. Talk a little NFL football, Thursday night action, and we'll get you set for Arkansas-Memphis. All that and a whole lot more coming up Thursday on Out of Bounds.
You're back in the zone. You want to get into the show but too busy to call? Message us on our live fan feedback or text us on our text line at 501-661-1037.
All right, welcome back into the zone. Before we get cranked up, we're getting our guests situated here in a second. I want to tell you about my friends over there in Greenbrier. Have a great time. Actually, I was in Greenbrier not too long ago. Watched this kid named Enoch Asan. Dude is it. He is prime time. They also got some prime time meat available over there in Greenbrier at Standing Firm Farms. Really taking care of you. Fourth generation of families that own Standing Firm Farms. Almost fell out of my chair talking about it. I was so excited. The great lineup. All right. So if you're looking for a tailgate and you're a master on the grill, you need to make sure you got great product you put on that grill to really show off to everybody at hand your skills. Now, they got the ground beef over there that is exceptional. It is so good. It's better than anything I've ever had. But the cool thing about it, too, when it comes to ribeyes, you got your fillets, you got your sirloins, you got your steaks, you got it all. Chuck roast and this, that. Standing Firm Farms got you covered. Just head to their website right now, standingfirmfarms.com. Put it in your order. Not now, but right now.
Yesterday. We'll be there in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Next week? Next week. 2 weeks, yeah. All right. We've got a couple guests here from an organization called Deliver Hope. They're a community partner that helps provide programming and support for kids in the community. Justin Martin and Ryan Long are both here. They've got name tags, so it makes it easy for us. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you. Yeah. So tell me about the relationship here with Judge Braswell's court and what you guys do as an organization.
So like you said, Deliver Hope, we serve about 250 kids a year in partnership with Judge Braswell. We would not be able to do what we do without Judge. He's just an incredible asset to our community, making a huge difference. So we serve those kids, and what we like to say is we relentlessly pursue young people that are facing unbelievable challenges, 13 to 18-year-old at-risk youth. And we say we want to help them dream beyond their circumstances and excel in spite of the disadvantages that they're facing. Oftentimes things that they didn't choose, they didn't ask for, but we wanted to know they're not alone, they have a future, and God loves them, and so do we.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how many of these are young people that are dealing with the court system versus how many we're trying to kind of get to before they get to that point?
Sure. So I would say 70 to 75% of the kids that we serve are sent to us from Judge Braswell's court. So we like to say they're lovingly forced to come spend time with us.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. But by the time they've spent a few weeks with us, they begin to realize, hey, this is a safe space. This is a good place, and I want to come here. So we watch hope come alive in their hearts. So they move from being lovingly forced to realizing, man, I've got someone in my corner that believes in me, and I want to come be a part of this.
So what kinds of things do you do with the kids to make them feel, what's the old saying about with coaches? They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
So what are the keys to getting them sort of engaged, involved, and on board, I guess?
We have programs, and we could spend some time talking about that, but the meat of it is that we relentlessly pursue them. That's the thing that makes this work. It's one thing to just cycle a kid through a program. It's another thing to show up and be there for them when most of the people in their life that were supposed to be there have not been or have abandoned them. So that might look like us going to their house. That might look like us taking them to Sonic for happy hour, taking them to Don Pepe's for a burrito, food, taking a young man fishing, taking them to CBC wrestling practice because no one ever told them they could be a high school wrestler.
Yeah.
So really thinking outside of the traditional box. Those programs are great, and we want to put them through those programs because that's a huge part of our partnership. But that relentless pursuit piece is the part that makes the difference.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And Justin, one of the things is for the kids that are coming through our court system, they've never had anybody in their life say, "You're doing a great job. We're proud of you. Keep up the hard work." And so I think Justin is here just about every juvenile court date that we have, you know, sitting back in the corner there. And they'll write court reports. So we have kids that are put on probation. I give them a plan, an individualized plan, you know, for success, rehabilitation. We come back for review hearings because I want to know, hey, young man, are you taking care of business? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? I also want to make sure that we're taking care of business and that we're providing the appropriate services. And so they'll submit letters that are introduced into evidence, and I'll read those out loud. And to see, I had a young man the other day that Justin took fishing. And he had a big smile on his face. I said, "Man, you like fishing?" He said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "Why?" He said, "My granddad, he loved fishing, and he's not around anymore. And so this gives me a connection to that."
Yeah.
And he's smiling, and Justin had some amazing things to say about this young man. I said, "How does it make you feel to hear somebody say good things about you out loud in front of people?" And he said, "DJ," he said, "I don't know." And I said, "It's okay that you don't know how to articulate that, but it's that you're experiencing it and going through that. And that's something we can build on. And we can't do that without Deliver Hope and the time and effort that they give. And, you know, they rely upon, you know, donations and funding, and they're just a great organization that makes a huge impact in this community."
We've only got like 30 seconds left. Give me the information on the organization. If people want to know more about it, support you guys, or maybe get a kid involved.
Deliver-hope.org. Of course, we're on Facebook. A lot of traction on there. We'd love to see you anytime. Any kind of partnership, support, community support is the world to us.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Keep up the good work. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Quinn Grovey's going to join us on the other side. We'll talk to him about the Razorback game at Memphis, get his thoughts on the Ole Miss loss, and we've got a red-white report as well. Quinn's brought to you by Conway Wealth Management. And Nathan Brown is going to stop by.
He's coming here?
He's popping in. He is also, like the Razorbacks, trying to bounce back this week with a big opportunity.
Jason Aldean, Full Throttle Tour 2026, powered by Patriot Mobile. When the lights come on. January 15th, Simmons Bank Arena. With Nate Smith. You set my world on fire. And Laney Gardner. Jason Aldean, on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Jason Aldean Live.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies, we work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win, and if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
Registration is open for the 2025 Fall Buzz Golf Tournament presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka coming up Tuesday, October 14th at Repsamen Golf Course. Register your team now at 1037thebuzz.com.
Razorback football, basketball, and baseball right here on your home of the Hawk. 1037.
Several business owners in Conway are on high alert following a string of overnight break-ins earlier this week. At least 3 businesses along Highway 64 were hit between 10:30 and 11:30 on Monday night. No arrests have been made at this time, but police believe the break-ins are connected. And there's a new text scam targeting taxpayers. The State Department of Finance and Administration says scammers will text victims asking for information so the state can deposit money into their account. The text is made to look like it comes from a government agency, but the department will never ask for sensitive or financial information through text. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
The clouds will be increasing this afternoon. It'll become partly cloudy to maybe even mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. But it does get hot. 94 the high this afternoon. Tonight, the rain chance increases to 40% with an overnight low of 69. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
It's Honda of Russellville's 46th anniversary, and they're celebrating with savings store-wide. Come to Honda of Russellville for the largest inventory of new Honda ATVs and side-by-sides in Arkansas, just in time for deer season or wherever the trail takes you. The Honda 4Trax Foreman 4x4 delivers rugged performance with its powerful 518cc engine and long travel suspension. Whether handling tough jobs or hunting game, this ATV is your go-to machine. Go to HondaofRussellville.com or Facebook.
Oh, my business needs an attorney.
Don't delay. Call Jay. If you have any legal questions, call Jay for free 24/7, 501-951-1333. Jay Martin, for all your legal needs. Don't delay. Call Jay.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Stop and shop at our Conway and Little Rock showrooms. That's Hawks Homes. Has been serving Central Arkansas since 1986. Now, why buy from Hawks? We're the only manufactured and modular dealer that can build your custom home from your plans. You dream it, we can build it. Hunting clubs, churches, classrooms, restaurants, daycare centers, modular office buildings, school dorms. Check them out online at hawkshomes.net.
September is here, which means it's a busy weekend for all of us during football season. If you're like me, baseball season too. Travel baseball was big back on Sundays in the fall. And the one thing that could keep you from maintaining that busy schedule, joint pain, knee, back, hip, shoulder, whatever it is, don't let that run your schedule. Don't let that rule your life. Hey everybody, I'm Josh Neighbors, and QC Kinetics is here to stop joint pain from calling the shots. So instead of laying on the couch, you're out there with your family, your dog, and you're out there until they get tired, not until you do. QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, no long recovery, just a smarter, more natural way to get your freedom back. And also, that first consultation, absolutely free, so there's no reason to wait anymore. Call QC Kinetics today, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics today.
Welcome to Moe's. Everywhere you look, prices are going up, but not at Moe's Southwest Grill. Here, the best deal in burritos just got better. We lowered the prices on our Mo Monday special. The burritos and bowls you love are now starting at $6.99. Hot and delicious, made your way with high-quality ingredients. We never cut corners. Guess that's why our bowls are round. Come see us this Monday. And here's my daughter, Andy Kate, with a reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to football weekends, and that's what makes Yuengling such a great pick. From traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and black and tan. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. Whether you're manning the grill, or setting up a tailgate, or just watching with your friends, Yuengling's got a flavor that fits the moment. Brewed with nearly 200 years of tradition by the oldest brewery in America. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
When the sun rises over the natural state, Arkansas comes alive.
Full of potential and possibility.
And it all starts with daybreak.
Stacy Spivey, Ryan Houston, and Melinda Mayo.
Join us weekday mornings for Channel 7 Daybreak.
Because today is your day.
So come on, let's win this day together.
Nothing can stop me, nothing can stop me now.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50%
Hey. Welcome back. On the road in Conway today and hanging out with Judge Braswell. He's been kind enough to let us kick it in court today. No wrongdoing yet, I don't think. I guess that's up to him to decide.
I haven't seen anything.
Thank you. That's pretty cool. How many partners do you all have before we talk about Razorback football and get Quinn on, like Deliver Hope? How many people or organizations do you work with like that are looking out, that are advocates for young people?
Yeah, I would say Deliver Hope is kind of one-on-one, but we also have there are state providers across the state, that have contracts with the state to provide services to help rehabilitate juveniles. So Community Service Incorporated is our state partner. They do a great job. They have a day treatment program, anger management. Kids that are struggling in school, maybe behavioral as well as just academically, maybe getting suspended, truancy issues. We're able to get them over at Community Service Incorporated, CSI, and they get some mental health treatment, some life skills. Obviously, UCA is a great partner for us. We've done some stuff with Hendricks and CBC. I know that I'm going to leave some people out. We have local businesses, and we have a local toe-to-toe martial arts. I say gym. I'm probably screwing that up too. But dojo. So we send kids there because a lot of kids, guys, they need something to be involved in. That's why I love sports so much, especially coming up through high school. It gives you somewhere to be. It teaches you accountability, responsibility. You have coaches that are checking in on you, making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. It teaches you not to quit, right? That you're going to have a bad practice or a bad game, and you got to dust yourself off, get back, and get it rolling. And so those partnerships are very key, and we're always looking, for more folks to partner with. We have individuals. We have a sewing class for young girls that come through our court. Just teaches them a skill, something to do, and then they actually make something, a pillowcase, whatever that may be, and they have a sense of pride and that they were able to learn a new skill, do something positive with that. They've given that as a gift to their mom or grandparent, something like that. And so we're just my big thing is this. Look, we can address what happened and why they're in court, right? Whatever the offense is, whether it's possession of drugs or a fight at school, whatever that may be. But the issue is the why. What can we do to help this kid stay out of the court system going forward? And so we have to be engaged in that way. We have to be willing to try, new things to reach kids. And it's, again, I want to be clear. It's not about being soft. It's not about, well, you're a kid. It's not that big of a deal. No, this matters. Mm-hmm. This is your future. My job is to partner with you, hold you accountable. I don't want you to be a statistic, because we know that the more you're in court, the more likely it is that you get locked up. The more likely it is when you're an adult that you're an adult offender. The more likely it is long-term you end up in prison. So you'll hear the school-to-prison pipeline. And what I tell my staff is we're here to bust that thing up.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Doing it the right way. And so those community partnerships are vital to that.
You ever do any sewing?
Yes.
You're a very Renaissance
I'm not
guy.
Surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me either. When I was in high school, we made sport coats. Miami Vice was real big then. So white sport coat. That was the jam, dude.
My hydrangeas were getting a little bit too much sunlight.
Okay.
And so I had this shade cloth, but I wanted it to manually, come
roll
out.
up.
Yeah. And so I bought one, but I had to sew it onto the thing so I could push button to have it cover my hydrangeas.
This dude he's like MacGyver.
I couldn't get it figured out. But
but you tried.
Oh, hours.
Yeah.
So
his middle name is YouTube, and he is relentless.
Yeah.
He's relentless.
Yeah. I ended up moving the hydrangeas to a little bit more shaded area.
Sorry, guys.
That's right.
Hey.
Plan B.
Exactly.
Plan B.
There is more than one way to reach a kid. There's more than one way to save a hydrangea.
Yeah.
Let's get to our quick red white report. We'll talk to Quinn Grovey, and then we'll get to more with Judge Braswell. Nathan Brown coming up bottom of the hour as well.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
I applaud you, because I would have been like, and I no longer have hydrangeas. I ripped them out and threw them away.
Yeah.
All right, so been talking a lot about Memphis this week. It's time to turn the page completely. It's Thursday, folks. No more talk about Ole Miss. We're done with that. This week, Fernando Carmona, one of the featured folks. By the way, catch him every week on Mondays. I think it's Mondays. Mondays or Tuesdays. Tuesdays, I think, with Out of Bounds. But he's awesome on there. He is such a good interview. But he was asked about the Memphis defense, and then he commented a little bit this week about Arkansas's offense.
Yeah, I think we came out firing. Obviously, we didn't get that first drive. We didn't get what we wanted out of it. But then I feel like we played a pretty complete game leading up into that third quarter, and then that's kind of where the drop-off came. And we put ourselves in a lot of second and longs, which I felt like we were at a lot last year. And so I think just being able to play a complete game is what we got to focus on now. We know we could score, but it's doing it all game. And our standard is, we're going to be the number one offense in the country, and we're going to score every time we're out there. And we didn't execute that last Saturday, and so we didn't live up to our standard. And so I think we all know what we had to do, and we're back at work today and trying to get it fixed.
Okay, we'll hear more from the Razorbacks. I think we had a little more from Cam Ball, some more from Sam Pittman, who was on the teleconference yesterday as well. Maybe I can squeeze one more in from Coach here. Christian, let's see. We heard him talk about money. We're going to ask Quinn about that. That's our question of the day today. Also on Twitter is, do you think Arkansas is going to be in better shape after revenue sharing begins? It's a yes or no question. We already heard from Coach on Yurichek's comments. Let's see what he thinks about the pressures and the outside noise, because it's constant. Let's be real.
I don't think there's any larger expectation than what we have in a building and why you get hired as a coach. And you obviously believe in your program, you believe in your university, your state, and your kids and your coaches. So we expect to win every game. I mean, we're no different than any of our fans and all those things. So the expectation can't be higher outside than what it is inside the building. Now, dealing with it, you have to have thick skin that comes with the job. I'm not saying it's a fair part of the job, but it does come with the job, and we all know that, and we've known it for now going on 40 years as coaches. So, you just have to make sure that your kids are in the right frame of mind, and you can't take any what people say about you or whatever it may be too serious. I've always been a guy, if I don't know somebody and he's got an opinion about me, I'm not positive, or the team, I'm not positive why it would matter to me. And so that's kind of how our approach is.
Get down. It's time to get down with Quinn Grovey, the current Arkansas football color commentator and former Razorback quarterback legend, joins the show to give us his expertise on football each week.
Takes it, cuts inside to the 10 to the 5, he'll score. Touchdown. Quinn Grovey, showing the great athletic ability, did it his way.
Quinn Grovey is brought to you by Conway Wealth Management. Planning today for tomorrow. Go to ConwayWealthManagement.com for more info.
With all due respect to all the other people who come on and do segments on this show, to all the folks who call in on all the shows across the board on the Buzz Radio Network from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. into the evening time, with evening shows and the weekend shows, there ain't a better open than Quinn Grovey's.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty damn good.
Joe's up there.
Joe who?
Klein.
Never heard of him. What's up, Quinn? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I am looking forward to getting on the plane tomorrow and get to Memphis, and hopefully we can come out with a win.
Let's go. We want to talk about that game. Got to get your thoughts on Ole Miss, but then we're completely from the page. This is it. This is the last thing.
This is it?
This is it.
All week.
Except for probably ask Sterner about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, I want to ask you about money, because it came up this week at the Touchdown Club. Hunter Yurichek said something that drew the ire of some fans. I think a lot of people heard the comment out of context. I don't think they heard the full story. I heard people referencing this third lane completely out of line from what he was talking about at all. So I'm like, okay. And that's why I'm prefacing everything like, did you hear all the comments or did you hear a snippet of it? But the bottom line is his theory, and Sam Pittman said this earlier when he was at the Touchdown Club, is that Arkansas is going to be better off when revenue sharing begins, where they're going to have that pot of $18 million plus a couple million more to stick towards new scholarships. And the question we keep getting is, how are they going to be better off, because everybody else is going to be doing the same thing and they're already getting more money in. So what's your opinion on that? How is Arkansas in better shape once the pot of money from the shared revenue comes in?
Well, first of all, I didn't hear any of Hunter's comments. I did hear like snippets of people talking about what Hunter said, so I didn't see anything online. But at the end of the day, I do understand. I heard him say something about the third lane, so I get that. There is a third lane. There's always going to be a third lane. There's been a third lane since the evolution of college athletics. And so whatever that third lane looks like, you know, I can't say, but I do know that, you know, when I was playing, there was always a third lane then. Maybe it was a second lane back then. But there's always going to be an opportunity for teams to do something that's outside of what the guidelines are. So, I mean, it's a crazy landscape right now, and I'm praying for everybody that is trying to police this and trying to make this happen, because there's always going to be something going on outside of what should be going on. And so, but again, I didn't hear what Hunter had to say about that. I just heard snippets about that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, when the revenue sharing begins, let's just go there. They're going to, let's just say 80% of their $18 million they've got left over goes to football, which is about $14.5 million. Do you have any idea how much different that is from what they're doing now as far as what they're spending?
No, those numbers. I don't know if anybody knows exactly what anybody is spending right now, and I think that's part of the problem.
I think someone does.
Yeah, so
hope someone knows what they're spending at least.
Yeah. I just think that's part of the problem. I mean, you could probably go and ask everybody on the Arkansas team and try to figure out, ask a player what somebody was making, and they don't. I mean, nobody knows, man, and that's part of the problem. And that's one of the things when I look at this from a paying standpoint. You want to be transparent, but I think, it's almost like the NFL model. I mean, you got to know what that salary cap is going to look like, and you got to understand how it's going to all go down. So there's a lot of different things, and this is not even close to being settled in regards to how teams are going to operate. And if anybody believes that they know exactly what's taking place, I think they're completely wrong.
I agree with that. All right, Quinn, let's dive into some actual football stuff. There is probably not an offense playing any better than Arkansas's right now, although Ole Miss did a pretty good job last week. Defense is still trying to find its way. And, again, second half maybe gives you a little bit of encouragement, and I assume this offense is going to continue to click. There's just too many good weapons, and if Taylor keeps playing at this high level. I asked Michael Washington about this a minute ago. How do you feel as a guy who's been through it before as a dual-threat guy about Taylor holding up through the season physically with all he's doing in the run game?
Well, I think that, Taylor's gotten bigger and stronger in the offseason. I think he knew that he was going to carry the football at a high clip. And, early on, I said that I felt like this offense was going to be very explosive. And I said that Taylor Green was going to increase his numbers at a clip that was going to make him really one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. And he's on path on doing that. So I love that aspect of it. And he's a guy that he's going to take some shots. I always get nervous every time he, runs the football and he starts limping back to the huddle. And so I get nervous about it. Is it a cramp? Is it something from that shot that he took? But Taylor Green has got to be, I'm glad he's starting to get some of the national credit that he needs, because nobody's operating at a higher clip than Taylor Green. I mean, when you talk about a guy that's throwing for 300 against Ole Miss and then running for over 100, I mean, that's a full day. I mean, that is a full day. So Taylor Green is somebody that gives you a chance to win a football game. And then you got a lot of other guys that are making plays. I think the offensive line is much better. The running back room is better, and the receiving room is better. So I just think all in all, the offense is in a good spot. But if you'd have told me before we went to Oxford that we were going to be down 6 points with 2 minutes left, and Taylor Green at the quarterback position and Bobby Petrino calling plays, I said, give it to me all day long and 2 times on Sunday. And so that's really, after everything that took place, regardless of what the defense was doing, all that's a part of it. And so you can't take anything away from it. They got a couple of timely stops. You didn't take advantage of the timely stop in the start of the third quarter, but you found a way to continue to fight. A lot of people are not looking at the fact there have been times where Arkansas teams would have let go of the rope. Ole Miss gets up 2 scores, let go of the rope. But this team continued to fight back, and then you finally got the football in a position of strength, and your offense had a chance to go win that football game. So, the fumble counts, and that's just a part of it. But I just think that This football team offensively is going to score against everybody. This defense is struggling. There's no doubt about it. I think T will continue to get back into the lab, and maybe you'll see some additional players really get an opportunity. But this is going to be an offense that is going to score at a high clip. They practice like that. They practice on scoring on every single possession. I love that aspect of it. That defense is going to have to be very opportunistic. I mean, you're thin on the defensive front. You can see several times when Ole Miss got it going. I mean, those guys had their hands on their hips. I mean, you're just holding on for dear life right there. So timely stops is going to be a big thing for this defense. But I just think as long as Taylor Green, Mike Washington, and those guys are in place, this offense is going to score at a high clip. You don't always want to win games 45-35, and you can't do that consistently in the SEC. So the defense is going to have to come along, and I think T will find a way to come up with something that's going to help alleviate some of the stress.
Quinn Grovey joining us on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, brought to you by Conway Wealth Management. We are kicking it in Conway today as well, but let's turn the page to Memphis, Quinn. And I've talked to both Caleb Wooden this week and Mike Washington about this being a trap game, and I think because it's Memphis and because they are well regarded at their level, that nobody's overlooking them, and Arkansas realizes they're going to have to be on point to keep up with this team. Because this is a Memphis team, as you know, that is not afraid to try to knock off a Power 4 opponent. They've done it several times in the past. Unfortunately, my alma mater has fallen victim to them in a bowl game. It ain't fun, and it'll be a tough place to play for them. And, again, you got Notre Dame looming next week. So I think as long as Arkansas is focused, they're fine. But what are the key matchups for you this week?
Well, I think Arkansas should win the football game, and you're right. Memphis is a team that doesn't care. They look, they'll beat a Power 4 team. They really don't care about it. So if you're looking past Memphis, that is a huge problem. I mean, they're getting it done offensively. Their defense is very, very aggressive. I mean, they're going to run some bear fronts. They're going to run a lot of pressure, which I think plays into our hands as long as Taylor is really comfortable. So I just think Arkansas's offensive line and Taylor in regards to what Memphis is going to try to do from a blitzing standpoint, they're going to bring pressure. They're going to leave their receivers out there one-on-one with our guys, which I think is going to allow our band to be playing. So I think we'll score points. The question will be is how do we deal with Memphis in their run game? There's going to be a heavy, heavy focus on the inside zone. That means, they're going to try to get Sutton Smith, their running back, an opportunity to run that inside zone. They do a nice job with their center and their guards in regards to blocking and getting to the second level. But then their quarterback, Brendan Lewis, is a guy that is very athletic. He's had a 40-yard run in every one of their games so far. So you're going to have to make sure that you have him taken care of. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss is a guy at Ole Miss that we thought was going to be the backup quarterback. And let me tell you, Austin Simmons, that quarterback, he better get back real quick because I'm telling you, Chambliss is a guy that's about to take his job. He's about to get Wally pipped. But Brendan Lewis is a guy that can run the football. The thing about it is Memphis wants to run the football. The thing about it, Ole Miss wanted to run the football. They were able to take advantage of us on the outside at the cornerback position. The question to me is going to be, one, can you stop the run? And then two, when you stop the run, how do your corners really deal with those receivers on the outside? Will they be able to take advantage of us versus like Ole Miss did, or will we be able to shut that down? So it's going to come down to the quarterback play again, just like it normally does. Can Brendan Lewis complete passes down the sideline versus our corners? If they can do that, they'll have some success. If they can't do that, they'll have some trouble.
DJ, you were very dismissive of Arkansas State.
It turned out great.
You're kind of dismissive of Memphis. Tell Quinn what the score is going to be.
It'll be a 3-possession game. I'm not worried about Memphis at all.
I love it. I hope you're right.
All right.
Yeah. Saturday.
Man, I appreciate that. That makes for my job to be a whole lot easier when it's like that.
Yeah. Just based on being like offensively, what we've seen, especially up front of the offensive line, I mean, that's going to give you a shot in any game, any SEC game. And so Memphis just ain't there, resource-wise. It's the same thing I said about A-State. I know offensively, they got a veteran at quarterback. This is third school, 6-year senior. I mean, usually guys are special at that position. I'm not trying to make a knock on somebody. They're usually playing on Sundays by now. And then when it comes to the level of competition they played, I just feel like Arkansas is above and beyond. Defensively, I think we don't start – I think you see the second half against Ole Miss defense instead of the first half, simply because we were in a chess match with Lane Kiffin and Lane Kiffin won. That's as simple as that. And I don't believe Memphis has a Lane Kiffin over there. And so, talent-wise, I just think we're just so much better. And I think it shows. And I think defense pops up with the chip on our shoulder. We talked to Caleb Wooden yesterday. You could tell off the very first question, he couldn't wait to get back on the field and go ahead and watch the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. On Monday, either I'm going to say you're right again, or I'm going to play these clips back and I'm going to say you're dumb. So I went either way. It's great. Yeah. I like your confidence.
It's a win-win. It's good.
I like it too. All right. I'm going to roll with it.
Have a good trip over there, Quinn. And what's the food stop? Where you popping in first?
Oh, well, we got a dinner. We got like a little, when we land, we'll land like at 5, or get to the hotel like at 5:30 or so. But then we got a dinner with at one of our donors' house, and so we've got several of our Memphis area and East Arkansas folks coming over, and so we'll hang out with about 60 of our donors, and then so we'll eat we'll have some beverages and some heavy hors d'oeuvres over there, and then I'll probably slip off and see what else is happening.
Yeah. What's your go-to spot in Memphis?
Man, usually when I'm in Memphis, I lived in Memphis for 5 years when I was a store manager for Walmart, but downtown, I'm around Bill. I mean, it's one of those things where I'll look at that Texas de Brazil right there, right in the lobby of the Peabody. I love that. Gus's is always a good spot over there as well. But so those are really my two spots. There was a spot called Miss Polly's.
Yes.
Fried chicken out there. It was really, really good. And so,
can they have waffles too? Am I making that up?
Yes, sir. Chicken and waffles. Oh, yes, sir.
Better than Gus's?
It's so good. Yes, it's unreal.
Is it still there?
Good.
Yes.
No, no. It's not. They closed. They closed, man. They closed. Yeah, it was a sad day. Yeah, but it's a great spot.
All right. Safe travels, Quinn. Appreciate the time. Talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. Y'all take care.
See you, buddy. All right, it's Quinn Grovey. Thanks to Conway Wealth Management. Man, when you go to a town like that, and I'm sure this booster donor or whatever has a nice house, and the food's going to be great, but man, when you go to a nice food city like that, it's hard to I hate missing a meal at, going out somewhere good. Mm-hmm. Texas de Brazil. Quinn firing a chain at us, but you don't see that Brazilian steakhouse much anymore. You don't see it.
Don't we have one here?
I don't know if we still do or not. You used to have Gauchos.
I don't know if we do.
That's what it was.
So Gauchos, the original location for Gauchos, where
up there by
Cantina Cinco de Mayo is now. Yeah.
Okay.
It's up there behind O'Looney's Liquor.
Oh, that's different from where.
Yeah, that's where Gauchos was originally, and then they moved over there by where Pinnacle Church is across from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
But the original location, that was a banger of a spot.
That was it, huh?
And the thing is, I'm not a big chain guy. As I told you, I jumped on you about Chili's this week, which I do like Chili's. Nothing against, no shame on Chili's, but man, Texas de Brazil, I just do not. You don't ever have it. So it's just like when you go to Ruth's Chris in Northwest, right? It's like it's a chain. But it's like we don't have one. So I do love the Brazilian steakhouse. If you just want to eat your weight in meat. Well, that's the way to go.
You have the little card, red or green.
Green.
And they cut me off a slice, and I said, I'm trying to make your job easier.
Give me a chunk.
So you don't have to come back.
Just keep your beans, keep your sides, all the meats.
Yeah.
Give me the chicken, give me the pork, bring it all.
Somebody said, DJ, you're dating a Miss Arkansas. Why are you taking her to Chili's? It was her idea. That's how you know you got a good.
It's not exactly the culinary marketplace.
What is your beef with Chili's? You tell me you don't like those Southwestern egg rolls.
I told you I eat local. We have people here who are not, and again, there are local people who work there. I always make that. I get that part, but I have too many friends who own restaurants to try to go to chains. And by the way, Chili's is everywhere. So sorry, it's not unique.
Fair.
That's all.
It's so good though.
I do like some of the stuff. I ain't gonna lie. All right, we're talking to Coach Brown and more with Judge Braswell when we come back. Stick around. It's the Zone. We are on the road today. As we head in, I do have to tell you real quick about UAMS. Ortho Now is open. If you will shoot it, I'm going to do this thing with Coach Kelly and beat my body up. I got a call from Coach Peterson yesterday. He's like, don't do it, man. He's like, you do not want any, you don't want that smoke.
I'm telling you right now, it's an awful idea.
I'm going to do it. A week from Tuesday.
I mean, you did let me shoot you with a blow dart gun while we're in a deer head.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Right in the butt. Anyway, if you have an orthopedic issue, which I am likely to have after doing this stupid thing with Sheridan High School, sports injuries, joint pain, sprained ankle, back pain, Ortho Now, the best in orthopedic care for all ages, 8 to 8, Monday through Friday, and on Saturday, 8 until noon. Maybe you did something you shouldn't have done, and maybe something happened to you that you didn't see coming. It happens. Bottom line is they've got on-site x-rays, fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. Quit living in pain. Go see our friends at 801 Cottage Drive. It's in the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital. So when you show up there and it's like, wait a minute, where's ortho now? It's like, it's in there. Just get up in there. They'll take care of you. All right, 11:31. We're back in a second. Stick around. You're in the zone.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on The Zone by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
This is SportsCenter.
Yesterday in Major League Baseball, the Chicago Cubs claimed their first postseason berth since 2020 by beating the Pirates 8-4. They currently have a 5-game lead over the Padres for the first wildcard spot in the National League. Elsewhere, the Giants' Justin Verlander went 7 scoreless innings in their 5-1 win over the Diamondbacks. He joined Roger Clemens as the only pitchers aged 42 or older to throw 4 straight games while allowing just 1 run. In the American League, the Astros reclaimed the top spot in the AL West by beating the Rangers 5-2, while the Mariners had their 10-game win streak snapped by the Royals, losing 7-5. Houston has a half-game lead. And Thursday Night Football on Prime will feature the Bills and the Dolphins going at it at 7:15. Radio coverage can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals are at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Summer's here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S, Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Angie Collins in Heber Springs, Michelle Herring in Whitehall, or Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak today.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower. Get your choice of a free pressure washer or generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. For the month of September, get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends September 30th. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street, Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Hey folks, Jason Horowitz here from Westwood One. Ross Tucker and I are in Buffalo to kick off week 3 of the season with an AFC East matchup between the Bills and Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa and Miami looking for their first win of the year, while Josh Allen and the 2-0 Bills already have a division win in the bank. Can the Dolphins pull off the road upset? Join us to find out on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on 1037 The Buzz.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams in the Oaklawn Hot Spring Studio is back.
Don't be so quick to walk away. It's me. I wanna rock your body. Please stay. It's me. You don't have to admit you wanna play. It's me. Just let me rock you to the break of day. It's me.
Nerd. Or nerd out about your supervillains and your superheroes eating chilies over there, nerd.
What'd you say?
You heard me. DJ Williams, Justin Acri. He was quizzing me on whether they were DC or Marvel.
He thought Catwoman was Marvel.
I mean, if I really thought about it, I probably would have put it together.
Yeah, Batman.
I think my bottom line answer is I don't give a blank. But yes, Christian.
On YouTube, we got some comments. Chase, I'm not going to give his last name, but he says, "Hello, Judge Braswell. He was always super nice to me when I was court security there." So I don't know if you know Chase, but there we go.
Okay.
And then Doug says Gus's is so overrated.
You're out of your mind, sir.
Dang, Doug.
You must be out of your mind. Now, Doug, if you can give me some better fried chicken spots, I'll listen. I'm waiting.
Let's see if he comments back.
Yeah, come on with it if you got something. Nathan Brown joining us, the head coach of the University of Central Arkansas football program, and the Bears are heading west, my good man. Looking forward to the first ever trip to Sacramento. Coach, I've been all over the great state of California. Can't say I've ever been to the capital city before, so I'm looking forward to this as well. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
I'm good. Looking for a little bounce back. We've been talking a lot about that with another team in the state this week. Actually, a couple teams in the state.
Yeah.
So, again, another ranked team, another big opportunity for your program.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any easier. I know that. We've got, I think, on the schedule 5 more top 25 teams right now, and so it's our job to kind of clean up the leaks. We got to and figure out how to improve and get better. We're a young football team that's getting a lot of young men their first experience and real game action in the first 3 weeks, and we played a tough schedule. I mean, you go Missouri, Tarleton State's number 3 ranked team in the country at our level. Play obviously week 1 against Missouri, and get to fly 2,000 miles to go play on the West Coast now against the top 20 team. So, but again, that's why you coach. That's why you play. You like these opportunities, and we've had a good week of practice. So we got one more day of prep this afternoon, and looking forward to getting on the plane tomorrow and going and competing over at Sac State on Saturday.
What have you learned about your team through 3 weeks? What do you really like, and what are the key things you got to work on and fix?
Well, I think it's easy. I love this team. They're fun to coach. They're eager. They're they're not hard to motivate. I mean, they're an exciting bunch of kids. I think that we're just playing a little green. We're playing a little young. We're playing a little inexperienced at times. The game is fast, you've got to practice fast to play fast on Saturdays. And so, some teams you coach over the years, when you coach long enough, some teams can flip the switch on Saturday and get after it, and this team doesn't have that. So we've had a very physical week of prep this week. It's been hot and it's been stressful, and it's been, it's been kind of like a camp mode type week. But because I felt like we looked like puppies last Saturday a little bit against a very physical Tarleton team. So that's the only way I know to fix it is get out there and get hard work and put some tough situations on them throughout the week of practice. So Saturday seems a little more simple. So like them and like this team, think we got the upside. I talked to them on Sunday night. Now, the last 2 years, you can attest this because you've seen every game we played, every snap we've snapped. I felt like we peaked in week 5, 6, 7. Let's keep improving, and let's not peak in the middle of the year. Like we were a 6-1 football team last year, right? Mm-hmm. Number 5 in the country, and then we went kind of downhill. Now injuries had something to do with that. I mean, you can talk about all the factors you want.
Yeah.
But this is a new team, so let's keep trajectorying towards a peak performance towards late in the year, and let's see what we look like in October and November. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your job is to get your dudes ready to play football. They're not worried about anything else outside of that.
Absolutely.
And you're locked in on trying to get a win this week. I'm curious, though, about the big scheme of things. We've been talking a lot about FBS and the financial side of things. There was a report that came out, Hero Sports put out recently, and looking at Central Arkansas comparatively to some of its competitors, including teams like Tarleton and Sacramento State, it's not close when you look at spending. So people talk about the gap in FBS. I guess you're facing a similar thing, maybe worse, at FCS, and all you have to do is point to the teams that have aspirations typically of going to the FBS or your Montana or North Dakota school, and then you're good staying where you are and ruling the roost. But What kind of challenge does that create for you guys, and how do you feel like you guys are competing in the market?
Well, I'm going to always say that we'll compete every year, no matter what team we have, with every opponent that we play against. That's a UCA way. I don't think it's ever not been that way. You've called a lot of games over the years, and you know that we don't play many games like we played in Saturday. I mean, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We go to Oklahoma State, we're going to play a 4-quarter game with Oklahoma State. Mm-hmm. But what we're seeing is the reality set in. Money being spent is equaling success on the field. Now, let's talk in terms of where it matters to us. We're never going to be in this NIL world. Like, eventually we will, but you know what I mean. Like, in this competitive market, like what Arkansas is dealing with at the Power 4 level. It's just not where we're at. But where can we improve upon the structuring of our athletic department or our football program? Nutrition. Feeding our players, health and benefits, you know what I'm saying? It's things that you can control within your operating budget, whether you're able to boost it, whether you're able to just reallocate it through what you have to spend. Because, look, there's no question that when you looked on the field, now there was a senior-laden team on Saturday, Tarleton State. Very, very experienced, older team. But they look different. They look different at just about every spot. And I think some of that is due to just some of the things they're able to give their players benefit-wise. When they walk off the field, they can replenish what they just put out, right? We're not able to do that as much. So there's some things that you got to be creative with. I think you got to know where you're at, be where your feet are. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and bang my hand on the table and sit there and go, hey, I need $100,000 from this guy and $100,000 from this guy. Like, right. Yeah, now if you got it, come on.
That's right. I'm not going to turn it away.
Yeah. But look, it's the reality we're in. The separation in college sports, specifically football, you're seeing it in the basketballs. Mm-hmm. You're seeing it be exposed right now. Yeah. I mean, there's no question about it. And I might not have said that 5 years ago. I might have underestimated all this a couple years ago.
Well, it all ramped up pretty quickly. And again, there was NIL, and everything was like, okay, I kind of had a feel for this. And then collectives emerged, and it was like the whole world changed overnight. It was crazy. I'm looking down the roster here real quick. I want to ask you one thing about Sacramento, and then I want to talk about the relationship with Judge Braswell's court that you've had. But Georgia, Tulsa, Nevada, depends what part of the country from. Pittsburgh. There's a kid from Washington that played at Washington, the University of Washington, and he's on the bench, buried on the bench as a running back for this Sacramento State team. A few guys came over with the new head coach from UNLV. You got guys from Texas A&M, from Oregon State, from Oregon. They're kickers from Oregon. I mean, you're facing a lot of not only transfers but FBS Power 4 guys that are going to be playing for this team this weekend.
Yeah, and I said this on the show Monday night with you. It will be the best combination of FCS talent in the country, and I don't know that that's even debatable. What Coach Brennan Marion has done, the resources and commitment that Sac State has made to him and that football program. Apparently they're doing it with their basketball program as well. They got Mike Bibby as their coach, and I think Shaq's their GM.
Yeah,
so that's a reality. But they're making a commitment to
Shaq owes them one for calling the Queens all those years.
That's true. That's true. But I think yes. I mean, I think the combination of skill and talent that has been brought together in this program is going to be unmatched. Are they? Here's my silver lining. Are they jailed yet? Are they playing as one yet? Right? Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that. They play a number 2 ranked team in South Dakota State week 1. Lost 20-3. That's pretty respectable at South Dakota State. I mean, obviously should have beat Nevada. I mean, they had Nevada beat till the last minute of the game, and then they handled business last week against their opponents. So I think they're still trying to feel their way, figure out what their identity is. But it's not going to be for a lack of talent. Let's just be totally honest. I mean, there are 2 quarterbacks that they played. One of them was a 5-star backup quarterback at Georgia, and the other one started 8 games at Tulsa. I mean, so they're. And they look like twins. I mean, they're the same kid. I mean, with ability-wise. So, man, impressive group. It's going to take a good effort on us. We need to play clean football, but man, we're going to go swing at them. I mean, look. I told our coaching staff we can live with the results if we go play a clean football game.
Yeah.
If we go play a clean football game, give our chance to play a 4-quarter game, we can come back to Conway and hang our head high no matter what happens. But if we can get it to that, I like our chances.
Well, the thing for you and your coaches, and DJ's been through it as a player too, and he's mentored kids too. It's much more than just the sport of football. There's a lot more to what goes on with what you guys do, impacting people's lives, helping people become, successful adults. I was thinking about Javius, and he's going on to be a dentist. He was a big bad dude for you, but he goes on and he's leading a productive life. You got a ton of guys like that with great stories, and Judge Braswell, I know you've had a relationship with Coach for a long time and followed his career, but obviously there's a lot of opportunities to mentor in sports and in what you're doing as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I think I texted you a few weeks ago when Coach was on the show and just said, what a great leader, not only of a football team, but in the community as well. And so we've had a program before, I think we talked about last time, the 100-yard program that you being here today tells me we need to start that back up. But we had a couple of kids that came through our court. I don't remember if it's about a year ago or so, and they had made just bonehead decision. And they had, I guess, gotten into the football facility, right? You remember this?
Oh, yeah.
And they had taken, I think, like the jerseys off the mannequins.
Took some championship rings.
I mean, messed up, right? Like, they're going to walk around town with championship rings. Nobody's going to know, right? So they end up, they come through court. We, do all the risk assessments. We attach the services. We do all those things. And I don't remember how it went down exactly. I think maybe I told the young man that he had to come and apologize to you. Is that how it went?
That's how it went.
I said, you're going to have to go call Coach Brown. You're going to have to apologize to him. So the next time the kid comes into court for that review hearing we were talking about earlier, I said, hey, man, tell me how it went. And that kid and his parent or guardian, they were blown away. And he said, man, he said that I was forgiven. He challenged me. He talked to me. He invited me down on the field with the other players and just talked to me about making good decisions and what that meant. And I know that Coach Brown's a great man. That blew me away. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, Coach is probably going to give him a little coach speak and,
chew a little bit.
And he deserved it. And I chewed a little bit. But at the end of that, to come back with grace, and what the kid said, and when we got done, he gave me his cell phone number and said, if you ever need anything, you call me. Yeah. That's the type of coach that we have. And so it's easy to get hung up in wins and losses and the NIL and the money and those things. But you mentioned it. I mean, it's more than just a game. And he's having an impact not only on the young men that are coming through the program, but gosh, a young man that he had every reason to be ticked off and upset. And I was upset at the kid, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of that, he has made a positive difference in that young man's life. And every time that kid has come back for those review hearings, great report.
Awesome.
Kid's off of probation and doing well, and he's got Coach Brown's number in case he ever needs it. That means something in this community.
I hope that kid I don't even have Coach Brown's number, so that's a very special thing for him. That's impressive.
Liar.
No, I'm kidding. But that is a cool thing. And again, I mean, that's going to make you feel good that you're that one moment, you never know. And again, you've had a bunch of these moments with your kids over the years for players, can change a whole kid's life. You never know what somebody's going to latch onto that makes a difference.
Well, and I take it back to, I live a faith-filled life and believe in, God gave us all grace. We all make stupid decisions, and as Judge Braswell would say, we both have young children in this community, and I hope to God that they never make a dumb mistake. But I would hope that if they do, that someone would have the grace that I hope I showed in this situation. And, it's like I told the young man, and, he's an aspiring athlete too, and I said that the athletes are held to a higher standard as well. Like you want to do this for a living or want this to be what your extracurricular activities are. I mean, people, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, look at athletes different. And man, you're held to a higher standard. And obviously what you did was wrong, but shame on me if I'm not helping the young man. Shame on me if I'm sitting there pointing a finger or casting a stone. I mean, I was one of the good kids. Like you can, you've heard me say this. You can dig up my past. You're not going to find a whole lot of mess or ghosts. I mean, it's just I was raised right by my parents, and I've been blessed to be married for 16 years to a great woman and have great kids. But I know, even being one of those good kids, some of the dumb decisions I made.
Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so you get in those situations, and you want to have grace for young people, and especially young people that that it matters something to, and you can just see an opportunity. I don't like missing opportunities, and that kid will probably never give back to me at all, but that's okay. That's life.
Then again, he might be a billionaire. He might fund the program too, so who knows? Here's hoping.
We'll take that too, won't we?
Got to hit a break, but look, John in Conway wants to know what the situation is with Austin Myers and how he's coming along from his injury.
Doing well. He's back practicing. Hopefully he'll be available against Lamar next week. Trending in the right direction, so we're very hopeful with Austin's situation.
I also want to ask you, I went and watched some high school football. I watched this kid out in Greenbrier, Enoch Hassan.
He can't comment about it.
I can't comment, but I do.
Really?
I do I do know
there are still rules about stuff like that.
There's some very talented
good to know.
individuals around this area.
Okay.
He's a baller, DJ.
Okay. All right.
Judge Braswell.
You can answer.
He's a baller.
Coach, what do you think of him?
I watch.
They don't give offers out to non-ballers. You know what I mean?
I watch him. He's special.
Yeah, he's
Does he
good.
have an offer from UCA? Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all I could.
You can say whatever you want.
We know that.
You can't talk about players as a coach.
I
unless
heard
you're
about
signed.
him. I went out there and I interviewed him, and he was very confident.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "I want all the smoke." I said, "We'll see." First 4 carries, he had 3 touchdowns, 146 yards in the first quarter with about 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is happening?" I've never seen a kid with more relentless effort than Enoch Hassan. He's special. Yeah.
I don't know if Coach Brown's offered him, but I think he should for sure. All right, 11:52. We're back in a moment. Stick around.
There ain't no sin in folks all getting loud. If you take the chance and do it.
Gigantic wedding band sale at Robert Irwin Jewelers. 0 down and 0 interest for 12 months or take 60 months to pay. Purchases of $999 or more receive a free tungsten or titanium wedding band. Robert Irwin Jewelers. Sale ends Saturday.
Get ready for a night out like no other. Where the Party At Tour, starring Nelly and the St. Lunatics, Ja Rule.
To everybody that be living it up, we said,
Chingy.
I like the way you do that right there, right there.
And special guests. Friday, September 19th, Simmons Bank Arena. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com for the hottest tour of the summer. Nelly and the St. Lunatics, Ja Rule, Chingy, and special guests bringing the party live.
Prostate cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among men, and early detection makes all the difference. Arkansas Urology is committed to prevention all year long. Free men's health screenings are offered every weekday from 8 to 10 a.m. at all Arkansas Urology locations, making it easier than ever to take charge of your health. Don't wait until it's too late. Get screened today. Visit ArkansasUrology.com or call 877-321-8452 to schedule your free screening. Arkansas Urology, your partner in men's health.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. New Yorker Sherrere Fox came to Arkansas to find a diamond for her engagement ring. She spent 3 weeks at the Crater of Diamonds State Park with nothing to show for it but bug bites and tattered boots. That is, until she found a 2.3 carat white diamond worth anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. How about that? The great state of Arkansas bringing together a couple of Yankees from New York? The natural state scores again. Stop by and register at your nearest Doublebees for your chance to win a brand new Bad Boy 550 four-wheel drive side-by-side purchased from the Bad Boy Superstore in Searcy. This terrific Bad Boy vehicle will be given away on a special broadcast of Drive Time Sports, October the 8th. Need not be present to win.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Elvis Presley Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and chocolate, peanut butter and apples. Oh, you get the point. Peanut butter goes good with everything. But you know what else goes good together as well? Justin Acri and DJ Williams in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio. Now, let's get back into the show.
Before we get cranked up, after the show today, I'm going to go ahead and head to Benton. And then once I get there, I'm going to take that Congo Road exit and go hang out with some folks over there at the Wood Grill Buffet. That's right. Going to talk to the owner, sit down, and see this firsthand, what this 300 menu items look like, all right? And they have everything. You just go to their website right now at the Wood Grill Buffet, and you'll believe, you're like, there's no way they serve all that, okay? Customer reviews are great. Pricing, unbelievable. Open from Thursday to Sunday. Prices start for adults for lunch on Thursday, $13 a plate. Eat all you can. They even have options if you want to take a to-go plate. They're going to price that per pound, all right? So can't get too crazy. But, yeah, once again, customer service, great location, great operating hours. And when it comes to feeding the little ones, you can feed them for up to $6 on their buffet menu. So, like I said, I grew up going to buffets just because I was always hungry. It was kind of tough when it comes to the budget. And when my sisters, even then, too, they were eating more than I did. All right, so you got a big family, you got a lot of mouths to feed. Buffet usually the way to go. So go visit my friends, once again, Wood Grill Buffet over there in Benton off the Congo Road exit.
Judge, a little bird told me here, we're with Judge Braswell for just tuning in, about your club championship last week. And if I'm not mistaken, he had some dollars that came your way?
I don't remember winning any sort of thing at the club championship.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I played good, but I had I ran into a wall a couple of times.
Happens.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was misinformed.
That's right.
Nelly and Jay Rule at Simmons. What could possibly go wrong? I don't know. I can't wait.
Whoa.
Me
How about read that again?
Said Nelly and Jay Rule at Simmons.
Jay
What
Rule.
could possibly go wrong? I don't know what the Jay Rule. That's what he says.
It's Jaw Rule.
I'm aware. I'm reading the thing.
Oh, well, let me see.
Does he say Jay Rule or not?
Oh, it does.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll give you a
That's
pass.
obviously a guy who doesn't know him very well. Yeah.
I give you a pass.
I think they said, I heard the morning show guys said that Baz pronounced it J Rule too.
Yeah.
Apparently not familiar.
Okay.
It's like
He'd know the voice though. Two-pack.
Two-pack in the house.
We already read that one. When we hit the Powerball, I'm going to donate 15% to. Oh my gosh, I can't read that. What's wrong with you? Good luck with that. DJ Justin's become snooty with restaurants. Don't take his disrespect.
Become?
Good point.
Okay.
Doug, who said Gus is overrated, said Hattie B's and Uncle Woo's, by the way.
Hattie B's.
What is that?
It's completely different. It's not.
Yeah, it's a
Where's
different
that
kind
at?
of chicken place.
Hattie B's is
It's
Nashville hot chicken. It's a completely different deal. Hattie B's is phenomenal. It's one of the few touristy places that is. It's a must visit every time I go to Nashville. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
But it's totally different than Gus's. Gus's is
Uncle Lou's?
spectacular for what it is. I've never heard of that one. All right, we got to hit a break. Be back in a sec. Stick around. In the Zone on the Buzz Radio Network.
Big savings are rolling now at Gwatney Chevrolet. Take advantage of the $7,500 EV tax credit before September 30th. Drive a 2026 Trax or Trailblazer for just $249 a month. Or save up to $13,000 on new Silverados. Plus, we're paying up to 20% over Kelley Blue Book for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And right now, you can get it all with no payments until 2026. Stop by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Kathleen Madigan, the Day Drinking Tour.
Well, my parents are in Florida in the winter right now, as most Midwest old people with a car. And my parents bought a new car. They bought a black Lincoln Town Car. Little did they know that that's one of the more expensive rides on the Uber app, so I have signed them up to be Uber drivers.
Kathleen Madigan, Saturday, January 17th, Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Fernando Carmona joins Out of Bounds, courtesy of Colonial Life Independent Agents, Charlie Schaaf and Damon Francis. Call 501-413-4005.
World champion of what?
103.7 The Buzz, your world champions of sports radio.
Me wrong.
Okay.
Several business owners in Conway are on high alert following a string of overnight break-ins earlier this week. At least 3 businesses along Highway 64 were hit between 10:30 and 11:30 on Monday night. No arrests have been made at this time, but police believe the break-ins are connected. And there is a new text scam targeting taxpayers. The State Department of Finance and Administration says scammers will text victims asking for information so the state can deposit money into their accounts. The text is made to look like it comes from a government agency, but the department will never ask for sensitive or financial information through text. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a hot day, mostly sunny from the morning hours to a partly cloudy sky this afternoon and a high temperature of 94 degrees. We do have a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. That's a 20% chance, but tonight a 40% chance of rain and thunderstorms and an overnight low of 69. With the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals are at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over 10 years ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison, Arkansas Municipal Equipment specializes in refuse and recycle equipment. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, and roll-off dumpsters. But they don't just sell it to you. You can get parts and service for all makes and models for refuse equipment. Their technicians travel the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
You've heard about the thousands of patients finally getting relief from chronic joint pain thanks to QC Kinetics non-invasive treatments. And here's one who was determined to avoid surgery. Meet Vicky.
The orthopedic surgeon said, well, you're going to need knee replacement sooner rather than later. I kept hearing commercials about QC Kinetics and thought, well, I'm going to check them out first.
QC Kinetics has treated over 20,000 patients like Vicky around the country. People who were told they needed surgery but chose a more natural, less invasive approach that uses regenerative treatments to help heal and restore painful joints with no downtime.
If QC Kinetics had not been what I expected, I would have gone through with the surgery, but I got so much relief, am now pretty much pain-free that I don't have to have the surgery.
Before going under the knife, you need to check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
Mickey Hennard for Hennard Foothills Equipment in Searcy. We've been selling and servicing Kubota equipment since 1991. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, we pride ourselves in an honest sales experience and unmatched service after the sale. We carry Kubota tractors, mowers, construction, and hay equipment. If you allow us to be your Kubota dealer of choice, we promise not to let you down. Come see us on Main Street in Searcy. Hennard Foothills Equipment, we're your hometown Kubota dealer no matter where you live.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Steven Reiser, Seth Boyd, or Todd Martin in Jacksonville today.
Let's talk numbers, because if you're a sports fan, you'll want to hear this. Flight by Yingling has just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's light beer that actually brings some game day flavor. Whether you're tailgating or watching from the couch, Flight delivers that crisp, refreshing taste without any of the baggage. College football and tradition go hand in hand, and there's no tradition quite like America's oldest brewery, Yingling. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hey Arkansas, this is Chris Hodge, the longtime host of Sports Investors Daily, which is sponsored by TakingVegas.com. Big game for you guys on Saturday, Arkansas, Memphis. We have it for you free on the text line. Just text the word WIN to the number 545454. I know it was a tough loss last week against Ole Miss. You guys are 7.5-point favorites over Memphis. We got this game for you absolutely free. Just text the word WIN to the number 545454.
Staley Electric presents Kevin Shaywin when he joins the Zone Tuesday for Hidden Gem with the Mighty Rib. Staley Electric, trusted since 1951.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Christian, you're not going to believe this.
What?
In the break, your boy brings up a movie.
Is DJ my boy? Is that who we're talking about?
Yes, DJ's your boy.
You had to ask.
He brought up a movie that I haven't thought about in 10 years, and it's a good one now. Brewster's Millions.
It is a good movie.
He brings up. It's a good one, but I'm like,
You know, I'm actually surprised DJ has seen that movie.
what? Thank you. This is from the man who hasn't seen The Natural. He's like, best baseball movie ever? Brewster's Millions.
It's a good movie. I mean,
It is good.
not much baseball in it, but it has some in it.
Who does he pitch for? Do you remember? Don't tell him, Christian.
Dodgers?
No.
Cubs?
No.
The Yankees?
No. What Double-A team does he pitch for first? Then he gets to go to the big leagues.
Oh, I don't know.
The Hackensack Bulls.
I wouldn't have known that.
Well, obviously. Anyway,
when he watched it.
He brings it up, and I was just like, wow, you really blew my mind there, DJ. Because you were like 1 year old when it came out. You know who's in there is the manager. You know who the manager is?
For who?
For the Hackensack Bulls.
Who?
It's the guy that played one of the two cops on Law and Order back in the day.
What year did that movie come out?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm going to say
He's
90s.
dead now. That guy's a great actor, though. He was like a really accomplished actor, like on stage.
I feel like Brewster's Millions is something
You know what his
that
name was?
most people watch, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Really?
John Candy was great in there.
Yeah, John Candy.
Love that movie.
My
Had
favorite
that one dude
scene
that
in
was
there.
in Seventh Heaven that ended up being a pedo.
Kelsey
in real
Grammer?
life. Yeah.
My favorite.
Is it? No, it's not Kelsey Grammer. Is it?
Kelsey
No.
Grammer what?
Kelsey,
Not
it's
criminal?
not. His name's Stephen Collins, the dude I'm talking about.
1985.
Okay, 1985. You weren't born yet.
I mean,
I rest my case.
I wasn't born when The Wizard of Oz came out.
Yeah, well, you were born when The Natural came out, and you haven't seen that yet. So
When did The
maybe
Natural
you
come
weren't.
out?
I don't know. I'm just talking.
Earlier.
Christian, don't let my story get in the way of
It's
actual
shot like
facts
a
here.
very old movie, but I know it's not a very old movie because Robert Redford's kind of old in it.
It's probably like 84, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The Natural came out in you're up 1984. Boom. Thank you very much.
guess.
Let me see the picture of this.
The Natural. You need to see it. It's great.
It's a good movie.
It's a great story. Anyway, John Candy in the movie Brewster's Millions. Back to that for a moment. The slugger comes up because they play the exhibition game against the Yankees, and he goes, "Yeah, I saw your wife on TV the other day." Says, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, she's an ugly bee." And the guy pops out, and then he went after him. He said, "Call my wife." Remember that
Wow,
scene?
no.
You need to watch Brewster's Millions again, pal. You obviously don't remember. It's one of the best scenes. John Candy was great in that movie. All right, so I do want to thank our friends at Rogue Roundabout. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook or any of our streaming things, not only see the handsome Judge Braswell, but we are also smashing Rogue Roundabout lunch.
Oh, yeah.
I had a BLT wrap, which I think is what you got too. They are doing Roguetoberfest, October 24th through the 26th. There's a whole street party, so plan accordingly. Yes, they can't talk about it, but I will. They serve adult beverages. It's a really good spot. Anyway, thanks to David and the folks over at Rogue Roundabout. I appreciate them. And if you haven't been over there lately, I will tell you too, I'm a connoisseur of sweet potato fries. These are top notch.
Yeah, they're good for sure.
What's the dipping sauce? It's like
a spicy ketchup.
Okay.
With a little bit of
What is that?
Hold on, let me get one more.
Is it cumin? What did they put in there? What do you think that spice is? There's a very unique spice in there. Curry. That's exactly what it is. Wrong one. I knew it started with CU. Thanks, Robert.
It's close enough.
Curry ketchup. Odd combination, but so are my parents, and here we are. All right. Let's
Back
get
to that again.
Yeah, listen, I'm scarred, Judge. It's amazing that I didn't end up in somebody's courtroom. Tell DJ he needs to watch the movie Six Pack. Have you ever seen that one? Kenny Rogers.
I haven't seen that.
A young Anthony Michael Hall is in it. It's this group of vagabonds kids whose parents died, and they're kind of like knockabouts, and they steal stuff, and they're troublemakers. And Kenny Rogers is like a kind of a failed, trying to hang on race car driver.
I thought Kenny Rogers was a country artist.
He is.
He's that too, but he's also.
Is it the same person?
Yes. It
Okay.
turns out. Well, there was also a Kenny Rogers pitcher for the Rangers back in the day.
Mhm.
But anyway, in this one he's an actor.
Okay.
And there is a great song in the movie. Love Will Turn You Around. Great song.
Oh, I didn't know that was for that movie.
I didn't realize
seen
that
the
either.
movie, but I know the
Listen,
song.
Judge, that's a way of life around this courtroom.
Well, when you started talking about the group of kids, I thought maybe they're the same ones that attacked you.
No. These were not Irish
Those
kids.
guys.
These were hillbillies. Coach.
Okay.
Yes. No, totally
Which
different.
one's more dangerous?
Oh, obviously the Dubliners. I mean, those kids are not to be. Those kids are probably packing knives. I appreciate them not stabbing me. Justin and DJ, I like the accountant that was watching Brewster spend his millions. That was good. That you know who the accountant was Wilford Brimley.
Wow.
He was the good guy in that one.
He tried to.
Unlike in the firm when he was a total butthole.
Yeah.
What?
He was the good guy. I thought. Who was the guy that
Where were the
hid a receipt or didn't?
Yeah, the two older guys were the bankers that were the buttholes about it, and then they had the little underling younger guy who his girlfriend was a love interest for Richard Pryor's character.
Were they
Some
the
similarities
same?
between Trading Places a little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
Aren't they the same old guys? Rich old guys?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Am I making that up?
Rich
I
old
don't
guys?
think it's the same actors. No.
No, it's not the same dudes. Absolutely not.
But isn't there a crossover somewhere between those two old guys in
Another movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which one is it?
I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Are you asking
Justin,
if they
you know
are
I'm-
old in another movie?
but they were the same. They were the same people.
the brothers?
Like
Yeah.
but it was
Okay.
them after they lost all their money.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Justin, you know what? I'm your biggest fan. This is from Bobby Joe. We were 4-0 on our picks last week. My pick this week is UNLV. What's yours? I don't know. Arkansas minus 6.5. Diane Lane is in six-pack. Diane Lane is in six-pack. She was one of the kids. She was like the oldest of the 6 kids.
Wow.
And the girlfriend, the girlfriend, the love interest was?
No clue.
About to blow your mind. I almost said the wrong first name, and that would not be good. Her last name is Gray. It's not Linda Gray, the woman who played Sue Ellen on Dallas. Erin Gray. Erin Gray. She was also the girlfriend or wife of the guy from Silver Spoons. It was Ricky Schroeder's like stepmom or his dad's basically girlfriend or wife, whatever.
Ricky Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder. Erin Gray was a smoke back in the day. Just saying. When I was a little kid, I was like, dang. That's when I first noticed that women were attracted.
No wonder you watch a lot of TV.
Buddy,
you know, all
listen,
these
I'm
shows
telling
and
you.
movies.
Silver Spoon's a good show.
Who was your it girl like
As a kid?
Who set the standard?
Kate Beckinsale.
She wasn't even the same.
No, I don't know. Let's see. As a kid? Oh, Daisy Duke was kind of the standard for all of us.
What's her real name?
Catherine Bach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She put a lot of kids through puberty. Erin Gray was on Buck Rogers, too. Thank you. Trading Places. Yes, thank you for that. Coming to America. It's a good flick for sure.
That's what they were in.
Oh, that's right.
They were broke.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
A little ode. I love a little ode to that. What was the name of the organization y'all were talking about that helps young kids in the judicial system? Judge, that's for you.
Yeah, that's Deliver Hope. Deliver Hope at Ryan Long and Justin Martin were here today, and they provide a ton of very important services, sober support, group mentoring, just really filling the gaps and being present with kids. And one of the other things that they do, they didn't even talk about, is they go over to the jail and they'll have Bible studies and lead in worship. And so they are what they will say is that their goal is not to make everybody a Christian. They want to serve because they're Christians, and they understand the gaps that are present in these kids' lives. So Deliver Hope, they're fantastic. In fact, they let me know, DJ, and that on October the 23rd, they're having a men's breakfast at Conway Country Club, and they wanted you and Justin to know that y'all are certainly welcome to come to that. It's October the 23rd at 8:30. So if there's anybody out there that's wants to learn more about what Deliver Hope does in our community in a way that they can also have an impact, certainly attend that October the 23rd at 8:30 at the Conway Country Club.
I'm in if DJ's in.
What day of the week is that?
It's Thursday.
We could do that.
Obviously.
They'd love to have you.
Yeah.
I'd love to come. Jerry Orbach was the guy I was looking for. You remember him on Law and Order? He was he was the older cop.
I haven't seen Law and Order.
I don't watch Law and Order.
Dun dun. You've never seen a single Law and Order.
I know
You've never
It's been
seen
a
Law
long
and Order?
time since I've seen original.
I do it in real life, and so if I watch a show like
too
that
much.
or a movie like that, the whole time I'm like, objection sustained. You can't ask that question.
Yeah.
Constitutional violation.
What's the best?
And Carla's like, why are we, what are we doing?
Can I tell you how Natalie ruined Suits for me? She's just like, I can't watch this. I'm like, will you please suspend disbelief,
Suspend
lawyer
reality?
lady?
Yes.
Come on, it's a good show. Will you calm down? It's the witty banter. Don't worry about the legal issues.
Yeah, that's hard to turn off sometimes.
She's like, that would never happen. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You think I don't want? Listen, we used to watch these movies about with TV news in there, and they're running all over a building doing live shots. I'm like, you can't do that. That's not. That wasn't even a thing then. You couldn't do like remote live shots.
Literally couldn't
I was
do
like,
it.
where's this cable? What's it connected to? This is ridiculous. Anyway,
What is the best movie or TV depiction of court?
man, there's gonna be one realistic one.
Gosh. There are some that you can tell that they've done, a lot of research in. What was the movie that Matthew McConaughey was in?
The Lincoln
Time to
Lawyer.
Kill?
No, A Time to Kill. I actually, if you remember at in its closing argument, he had the jury, close their eyes, and it was just a very powerful moment in the movie. I actually stole that one time when I was a prosecutor and used that, and it was really effective.
Did you win?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
sorry.
Needed to. That was. I won't go into the details of the case because nobody wants to hear that. But that guy's in prison for a long time. That's where he needs to be.
Good.
But that's a good movie. And then I'll tell you I really enjoyed Your Honor, that series that is it Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston, yeah.
And his
Was
son
in.
got in
I don't
his
know
spot.
I don't know that that's a realistic show of how things go, but just that was one I could watch and was really into.
What about My Cousin Vinny?
I was just
Oh
about to say
man,
that.
I show that when I do trainings with law enforcement or give presentations. Talking about the difference in juvenile court and procedure versus adults. My favorite line to start out is when he says the Utes.
Yeah.
Right. We're here today to talk about the Utes. He's like, the what? The Utes. So yeah, My Cousin Vinny. That's fantastic.
If I showed up to court in a 1970s prom tuxedo, what would you say?
I would say you look great.
I'd be like,
You look fantastic, and now you're gonna have to take a drug test.
but the dry cleaners was closed, and so that's why I am here in this ridiculous thing.
Yeah, that's
Your
a great
Honor.
one. That's a great one.
It is good. That guy's a great actor too. The guy that played the judge in that one. He was in one of the.
He was in Stephen
Addams
King's
Family?
Pet Cemetery.
He was in one of the Addams Family or the other one.
Yes, that's correct.
One of those.
Yep.
I can't remember his name. Good actor. Pardon?
Quinn.
Gwen. Okay.
No, he did a great job. Yeah, that's a funny one.
Thanks. That might drop in there. Appreciate that, Wayne. DJ just threw a movie title out. He can't answer any question you've asked about. Yes, that is DJ. That's his charm.
Who was that? Ethan?
Ethan said, no, well, that is true. He also said, you ask Coach Brown something he can't answer, and he does it on statewide radio. Good job as always, DJ. Fred Gwen, thank you. Got it. Thank you. My husband feels the same way about watching cop shows because he's a former law enforcement officer, and all he does is tell me cops really can and can't do that. Okay, that makes sense. He wasn't in Addams Family. He was Herman Munster.
The Munster. Well, you said one of those.
One of those.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
My son loved Law & Order. Pretty much any show involving lawyers. Actually became a lawyer and now will not watch anything associated with lawyers. This is kind of funny how that works out. Let's see here. The next future Hog AD when he gets the invite to the Little Rock Touchdown Club. No, I'm good. That's funny. Yeah. Time to Kill is a great movie. I agree. I would say that Grisham's stuff, like, have you seen The Firm and some of his other books and movies?
Yeah, I've read a lot of those too.
I mean, he's got a legal background, so he probably
does a
has
good
some
job.
understanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Burnley was terrible in that movie. Travel to Memphis quite often. Gus says, I stop there every time I'm there. If you go to Uncle Lou's, don't get the chicken, get the fried bologna sandwich. Okay, thanks for the heads up.
There was another good movie where the local attorney was the judge, and he was accused of kind of running somebody over, and they had a big trial, and there's some good movies out there that you can watch as a lawyer. But man,
the judge ran someone over.
Yeah.
Was this the movie with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah,
The
that's
Judge.
it.
He represents his dad.
It's
That's
The
it.
Judge.
It's a good movie. The
That's the name
Judge.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no wonder you liked it.
I know. It's
What a
better than my
narcissist. I
name.
mean, am I right?
Do we count
Coming
12
from you,
Angry
that's
Men
a compliment.
as a
It's an all-timer.
I mean, it's one of the greatest
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
ever made, but most
Right.
of it is just the jurors talking to each other. So
Listen,
Well,
I
that's
don't
a big part of
differentiate.
it. Yeah.
DJ and I, he was trying to call me out because I was in the judge's chambers getting grilled by two attorneys about who I wanted to live with as a kid.
I was
But
calling
doesn't
you
go to
out.
court. Listen, the chambers for the judge, the jury chambers, whatever.
If you're
that's
inside
all
a
court.
courthouse,
It all,
it's a
it all
courtroom
counts.
Is that what we're...
No, I mean, you're in the men's room. It doesn't count. But, I mean.
Depends on what happens in the men's room for a drama, right?
I mean, I don't know. Probably a lot of weird stuff.
I was watching Miss Judy, Judge Judy.
Miss Judy.
Miss Judy.
If you're nasty. Anyway, go ahead.
And there was one episode where the same thing happened from Air Bud, where there was a dispute about who owns the animal.
Yeah.
Whose animal really, and so she said, put the dog down, and the dog ran to one person. That holds up in court?
I don't ever have to make any decisions or
This is a
bring
dog court.
The only dogs that, the only dogs that come into my court are the prosecutor coordinator's office has a program where they have what they call a facility dog that will come up with witnesses, usually children that have a hard time or having to talk about very difficult subjects, and so they'll bring the dog in. They're amazingly trained, and they'll sit. You can see the witness chair. They'll sit underneath, lay down. The dog will, and so the kid can kind of rub his or her feet on the dog. The jury, at least the way we do it, is we excuse the jury. The witness will come in. The dog will come in, sit there. When the witness is done, I'll excuse the jury. And so they usually never even know the dog's there. It doesn't make a sound.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's usually the only time I have a dog in my court.
Okay.
Back me up on this one, Judge. If I was presiding over that case, I would have said, let's cut the dog in half, and you can each have part of it, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know
that's the right ruling, right? Like, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a biblical precedent.
You know, probably I'm going to make the news if I do that, and not in a good way, right? Did you see what that judge did to a dog?
But when the one person jumps up and says, no, just let her have him.
Justin doesn't like dogs.
I love dogs, and I do not want to split a dog in half. I was making a joke. Read the Bible. It won't hurt you. Although somebody says Jesus and the judiciary system don't belong together. Judge, how would you handle that?
Well, in my personal opinion, my relationship with the Lord is paramount and very important to the decisions that I make. And so I certainly never order a kid to go to a Bible study, order a kid to go to church, or anything like that. Now, if a child or a parent or anyone comes into court and initiates that conversation and brings it up, then certainly I am permitted to ask questions and follow up with them about that. So what they're referencing is the separation of church and state. And so what I am saying to that individual is that in this court, I do not order kids to participate in faith-based activities. Now, I can order a kid to participate in a program where the people that run the program or operate the program might happen to be a person of faith. And so they're certainly entitled to do that. So, no, I do not require anyone to attend any sort of religious activity.
I will say, if you want to be an atheist or an agnostic, then knock yourself out. But my money says, in God we trust, and that's how I ride. Heather Locklear, this guy says, as a heartthrob as a kid.
Were you Farrah Fawcett years?
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett was pretty big deal.
Audrey Hepburn?
I'm not that old. My God, man.
I don't know.
80 years old?
Okay.
I don't know how old is she? Is she alive?
Wasn't she it?
Well, yeah, like, back in the 40s, maybe. She was born in 1929, so not the 40s, I guess, but she's a little old for me. She died in 1993, the year after I graduated from high school, so no, not Audrey Hepburn or Katharine Hepburn or any of the Hepburns.
Okay.
Not for me, but I'm sure for some people.
Who was the girl in that Pepsi commercial back in the day?
Her name is Cindy Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of a big deal.
Okay.
She was married to Richard Gere for a while. Brian says Night Court, Your Honor. What do you think about that one? That's
that was hilarious.
For comedy, it's great.
Oh, absolutely, very good. Well, and Mark Paul, is it Gosselaar? Zach from
Mark Paul Gosselaar, that's
right. He had a show where they had a law firm.
Bash.
Franklin and Bash.
It's a great show. Franklin and Bash.
Yes.
It's awesome.
So that show was amazing because there was nothing about it that was based in reality.
Yeah.
It was so obnoxious that it was very easy to watch and cracked me up. I thought it was great.
Last thing I'm going to ask you about this, I'm going to do quick entertainment report. I mean quick, it's going to take like 2 seconds because we got guests waiting. How would you rank your bailiff versus Bull from Night Court?
Well,
they have a similar haircut.
They do have a similar haircut.
Is that him right there?
That's him right there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll tell you this. I don't recall an episode where Bull had to suplex somebody that was coming after the judge. My bailiff, Deputy Jeffrey with the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office, I've seen him do that. So
they come at you or some other judge?
It was me.
A kid or an adult?
It was an adult.
Were they upset about a ruling?
Yes, it was an involuntary commitment, so the person did have some serious mental issues. And I was never in fear because Deputy Jeffrey was here, but she started making her way, up to the bench. She was not a small person. And
be careful.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Deputy Jeffrey in action.
Yeah.
And he got her, picked her up, and said, "No, ma'am." Bam.
Took her down to Chinatown?
Yeah, it was impressive. So routinely, if people start getting squirrely, I'm like, hey, what I have seen from this man, you just need to stop.
Yeah.
Like, don't let your
emotions get away. Yeah. Have you seen the video where the guy runs up and jumps over the bench onto the judge?
Yeah.
She was slightly injured, but they got him off there pretty quick.
Yeah, that's
wild.
It is wild.
You got to just have no regard for anything. You got to be completely ready to sell out at that point. If you go attack a judge, you're done.
You have to be. So we got to be safe, and they do a good job of keeping us safe here, and so we're certainly thankful for everything that they do.
How much extra time do I get if I attack the judge during a proceeding?
How much extra time? More than you want.
More than you were going to get?
Yeah,
Safe to say?
That's right.
These guys are like sending me all heartthrobs now. Raquel Welch, absolutely. She was fantastic. Daisy May from Dog Patch is my first love. Okay, cool. I don't know that one. Sorry. I'm sure it's great. How about Jury Duty, Pauly Shore?
I'd forgotten about that. That's pretty funny. Yep.
DJ watches Miss Judy, and I used to watch Mr. Wapner. Yes, absolutely. We all did. Does it bother you when people call you Mr. and not Judge or Your Honor?
No, not at all. But I do get that question a lot: is what am I supposed to call you? And I say, well, let's Supreme Commander. And that's the response I get. And it's like, okay, fine, Judge, it's fine.
All right.
Why are you asking me what I want to be called? And then I tell you, and everybody laughs. So no, in fact, it doesn't bother me one bit. Now in court, people
get nervous. They don't know what to say.
Sure,
they don't know what to say.
Yeah, sometimes they say a lot.
I bet they do.
Sometimes they say a lot, and I have to try to help them exercise their right to remain silent.
Do people go by Supreme? That's a Star Wars thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Or a North Korean thing. One of the two.
That's right.
But we don't have any of those around here, so we're
Just
good.
to be clear, that's
I think it's a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You would know.
Let's go with
it. Is that Marvel or DC? All right.
This movie came out before he's alive, so he knows all about it.
We got to hit a break. We'll do birthdays with the judge after we get our guests through here. We'll do it about quarter till the top of the hour. Entertainment report, which we do not have time to knock out today because we just did entertainment. We did all the great court dramas ever made. Is brought to you by our friends at Bell & Sword, just right up the road at 1011 Oak Street here in Conway. Great selection. Martin Dingman, absolutely fantastic. Anything you want from belts and shoes for them. And listen, we're into fall now. Any kind of gear, is that from Bell & Sword?
Shirt and towel.
I wouldn't shop anywhere else. It's fantastic. Although this is not from there because we ordered them from a provider. But generally speaking, my closet is filled with Bell & Sword. A lot of it has purple and gray on it because they got a lot of cool UCA
I got
gear.
you a gift from there.
You did. Thank you very
much. And you got me one, too.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate me. They got a lot of cool Razorback gear, too.
Got each other $50 gift certificate.
No, he bought me a really nice Johnny O or Peter Millar, I can't remember.
Peter Millar, I can't remember.
UCA shirt, and I got him one, too. Yeah,
those
they're
are
sweet.
Great. They have a great selection of their
Wait,
gear.
did I get you a UCA? I thought I had a little Razorback on it.
It was a UCA shirt.
It was
you did get me a Razorback
game.
shirt. You're right.
I don't even remember what I got them.
Well, you need to get me
so cute.
Christmas is right on the corner. I'll take a UCA shirt. Anyway, go see our friends at Bell & Sword. We'll be back in a second, and when we return, we will talk to some new special guests, and we will do birthdays with the judge. And we're giving away tickets to Nate Bargatze. Did you hear this morning? I don't know if you listened to the morning show on the way in today. They were doing Fact or Crap, and David he was like, he presents something and says, is it true or not, basically. And two of the things that he said were true turned out to be complete crap.
Yes.
Josh is like, just check the internet. That's not accurate. They try to say that nobody above 6'8" could be in the military. And the guy's like, what about David Robinson? Anybody ever heard of him? And Josh is like, well, Mason Plumlee's brother is 7 feet tall, and he's an active member of the Rangers. And Basil's like, who's Mason Plumlee? I'm like, all right. Let's move on.
Yeah, at least they're consistent with that stuff, though.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
And listen, you know what you know. And there's a lot of stuff they know that we don't know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, they're still trying to figure it out.
Exactly. All right. This is from Six Pack. This is Love Will Turn You Around. It's a great one. It's the theme of this court. Trying to turn you around with a little love, a little good nature, a little grace.
I like it.
But if not, we just drop the gavel on your head. You got to do what you got to do.
You don't need a sign to make up your mind. You got your heart at the wheel. You want to start sharing.
This is SportsCenter.
Yesterday in Major League Baseball, the Chicago Cubs claimed their first postseason berth since 2020 by beating the Pirates 8-4. They currently have a 5-game lead over the Padres for the first wildcard spot in the National League. Elsewhere, the Giants' Justin Verlander went 7 scoreless innings in their 5-1 win over the Diamondbacks. He joined Roger Clemens as the only pitchers age 42 or older to throw 4 straight games while allowing just 1 run. In the American League, the Astros reclaimed the top spot in the AL West by beating the Rangers 5-2, while the Mariners had their 10-game win streak snapped by the Royals, losing 7-5. Houston has a half-game lead. And Thursday Night Football on Prime will feature the Bills and the Dolphins going at it at 7:15. Radio coverage can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, what's up? It's Kramer with Drive Time Sports. And Thursday, you got Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer live in the Eat My Catfish studio getting ready with the Bud Light Blue Book. Also, Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen stopping by. Kevin McPherson, Mr. Hoop Scoop from Hogville.net. You got Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. And Steve Jones, the Great American Conference Report. Right here, Thursday, 103.7 The Buzz.
Big savings are rolling now at Gwatney Chevrolet. Take advantage of the $7,500 EV tax credit before September 30th. Drive a 2026 Trax or Trailblazer for just $249 a month. Or save up to $13,000 on new Silverados. Plus, we're paying up to 20% over Kelley Blue Book for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And right now, you can get it all with no payments until 2026. Stop by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply, see dealer for details.
Save up to $2,000 off your entire purchase at the Wedding Band Sale this week at Robert Irwin Jewelers. Anniversary bands, eternity bands, gold carved designer bands. If you can put it on a finger, it's on sale through Saturday at Robert Irwin Jewelers. 0 down and 0% interest for 12 months or take up to 60 months to pay. Plus, with the purchase of $999 or more, receive a free tungsten or titanium wedding band. Robert Irwin Jewelers. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. See store for complete details.
Mickey Hennard for Hennard Foothills Equipment in Searcy. We've been selling and servicing Kubota equipment since 1991. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, we pride ourselves in an honest sales experience and unmatched service after the sale. We carry Kubota tractors, mowers, construction, and hay equipment. If you allow us to be your Kubota dealer of choice, we promise not to let you down. Come see us on Main Street in Searcy. Hennard Foothills Equipment, we're your hometown Kubota dealer no matter where you live.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Swart in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Swart, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Swart, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
If you're loving what you hear on The Zone, you should try our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, or X if you're a nerd. Now let's get back into The Zone.
What if I just can't discover? What if I'm just taking too long? I'm on, my vision is cluttered, stumbling on.
We are back here, and we're in court. Just saying, we're in court today. So appreciate Judge Braswell having us. Again, we are in Faulkner County Circuit Court, talking about some of the good things that they are doing in the community. And again, you think about, typically tough stories, bad stories, court is typically like, something went awry, and usually that's the case. But the good news is there are a lot of positive outcomes that can come from young people's interactions in this courtroom. It's what we try to highlight here. So, and I do love I think most kids, when they probably walk in here, Judge, they figure, I'm in big, big trouble, and there's no way out of this, and they're going to hammer me as hard as they can, versus what typically happens, which is you're trying to help them find a path to success, not be as punitive as you can be.
That's right. I mean, you have to have everything, kind of all the tools in the toolbox, if you will, to address, what's going on in a kid's life. And I'll ask kids from time to time, are you nervous about being in court? And they say yes, and I say, good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that means that you're aware that this matters. It scares me more when a kid comes in and has that nonchalant, I don't really care, right? Now I got stuff that I can handle with that too. But it's not a fun place to be.
Right.
And certainly we have some tough decisions and stuff, very difficult conversations that we have to have. Justin, I mean, just think about the number. people don't understand the number of kids in our community that are suffering. And it's not specific to a neighborhood. It's not specific to an income. It's across the board. And so, we do these risk assessments to find out, what has a kid been through. And an overwhelming, just a lot of kids, physical abuse at home, sexual abuse at home, drug abuse from parent, dad in prison, mom dead, grandmom trying to do the best that she can. I mean, we see the full range of environments their kids are coming out of, and so we just feel like it's our responsibility to step in and say, hey, you can do this. You can experience success. That doesn't mean a bunch of money the rest of your life, but that means that you can be healthy, make good decisions, surround yourself with good people, and that's what we try to do, is just help them along that path.
We're surrounded by some more good people now, too. Sheila and Dr. Ed Franklin are joining us, and they have been involved, I guess, with you in some capacity here. Sheila, we were talking about, is on the school board here.
Yes.
And she's nervous about hanging out with us. I told her the school board meetings are way tougher than what we're doing today, so we'll see how that works out. You have to tell me afterwards.
Okay.
You'll be like, oh, you're right. And how about for you, Doc? What do you do?
Well, I just retired.
Okay.
Retired from Conway Public Schools. I was dean of students there. Had the pleasure of being there for 31 years.
Wow.
And I also work with Judge Braswell here in drug court, which is a great opportunity and a great tool that's used by the community.
In what capacity you worked with him here?
I guess might as well just say just an advisor or a mentor or something like that. It's just being here and just being around kids. I love mentoring kids. I love trying to get young people to do better.
And he also,
I was going to say, when you rolled up,
pushes a lot of weight around. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of yoked, Doc. I'm just saying. I mean, let's keep it real. What do you bench? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, let's talk about
it. I haven't. I told Judge I'm not good at bragging, but I have done competitive powerlifting before, and I've done over 5. So.
Okay.
That was this morning. Before I came in today.
That's just curl bar.
You hear guys like him bench because you can just hear the 45s.
Rattling,
clangling.
You think he makes as much noise you did running around back in the day?
I don't know, man. I bet he puts it up.
That's throwing it around. Anyway, I'm sorry, Judge. Go ahead.
So he's our juvenile drug court. We have a lot of members from the community that are part of that drug court team, so that we can wrap services around the kids that are struggling with drugs and alcohol addiction. And so we have members from different schools, and in our community we've got Principal T.J. Slough from Mayflower that's on there. We've got Coach Benton from Greenbrier that's a principal that's also on a drug court team, Deliver Hope members. And so we really try. We've got SROs, school resource officers that are there. And what they're there to do is to provide some insight so that we can staff the cases, find out what's going on, and that I could look at Dr. Franklin and say, Dr. Franklin, what is your opinion based on what this kid's going through, how well they're doing or how poor they're doing? What do you think we can do to help? What services do you think, or sometimes what punishment do you think is right? And so somebody with their experience and background and wanting to serve this community, it's vital to have somebody like Dr. Franklin to be part of that program.
And Sheila, for you, with the relationship between, I guess, the court and the schools, and unfortunately there is one, because occasionally you're going to have kids that are going to run afoul of the law. And how do you all monitor that or deal with that? What's your relationship there? What's your involvement? What's your role?
Well, I guess I go back to working 28 years as a juvenile probation officer, where I had the privilege to work up under Judge Braswell. And now that I'm on the school board, I try to make sure that we keep a connection. I deal with the admin more so than the staff, but truancy, when I worked in the court system, was a big issue, and we worked closely, and I say we as if I was still working for the court.
That's right.
But we worked very closely with the school districts in our counties, and so I think Conway has a really good relationship with juvenile court, and I want to just make sure that we keep it, because it's all about the kids and what's in the best interest of our young people.
Yeah, and sometimes obviously you're dealing with kids that it doesn't quite get to the court level too. I mean, your whole, you kind of got your own little, I guess, corrections process over there in the school district too.
Right. Well, we would hope that most of our kids did not get involved with the court system, but
amen to that.
Right. We unfortunately we have several of them that are, but we try to make sure that we're offering services through the school that can help rehabilitate some of our children before they have to come over here and get rehabilitated.
Well, and Sheila, they're very modest people, but Sheila really helped, and Dr. Franklin too, spearhead a mentorship program for some of the students at Conway schools, and they invited me to come speak to a group of people that were coming in to serve, and there were, I don't remember, 100 or more people from the community that came in that wanted to serve, and that's not something that I came up with. I didn't create that, but some people in the community led by these two wonderful individuals just recruited people to come in and serve, and that's, they'll agree. They've been in this community longer than I have, and that's not a statement of age, but of experience, right?
Both, actually.
It kind of goes hand in hand
Right.
sometimes, doesn't it? But they know that there's something special in Faulkner County. There's something special in Conway, and we all have a role to play in not necessarily keeping things the same, but protecting what we do have.
Right.
And so it's important for us to work with all of our schools in the 3 counties that I represent. But Conway's definitely a special relationship because that's where the bulk of the kids are. And so we've got to find innovative ways. Again, not to be soft, not to dismiss things that happen and say, this doesn't matter, but to say, no. What do we need to do? And you think about it from a kid's mind's perspective. If I'm in court talking to a kid about a fight that happened 6 months ago, they're like, "What? I don't even remember this. That was 6 months ago." So we have to get accountability and services attached really early on, and that's something that we do really as good as any court in the state. Is from point of contact with law enforcement to be in front of the judge and handling the case. It's very quick. So that we can attach those services, and these are two individuals that've done a great job of engaging the community.
And?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's my cue. So they don't know this. They're probably going to be mad at me because I'm embarrassing them. But several years ago, we created an award to recognize those that were dedicated to providing services and helping make an impact for kids in our community. And so it is my huge privilege to award Ms. Sheila Franklin and Dr. Ed Franklin with our Teen Court Faye Shepherd Award for Juvenile Justice.
Oh,
Thank you both so
wow.
much for your amazing
Thank you.
services.
You did surprise us.
Yeah, well, I tried to.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm just glad that I could be of service to my community because I am born and raised here in Conway. I left for a few years to be an Army wife to follow my husband, but came back here. And what Judge Braswell was speaking of earlier, we have such a great community here in Conway. When I reached out to some women in our community to help come along with me with a mentorship program to mentorship our girls that were in need, because I seen the need as an officer of the court. And I had probably close to 100 women in this community that just volunteer to come in and help provide one-on-one mentorship with our girls. And to me, volunteering to serve our young people is like one of the best things that we can do. And I've always been a servant, and just to know that we have a community with a servant heart just really means a lot.
It really is. I mean, I am not from Conway, Arkansas. I am from Dayton, Ohio. But the first time I came to Conway, it's an amazing place. It really is. I fell in love with this place. As a matter of fact, we weren't married at the time, and I told her, I said, look, if this doesn't work out, I still want to come and visit your family and see and when I came here, I mean, there's another story that I won't tell this time.
Please
but,
don't.
But when I came to Conway, I didn't know what I was going to do. At my military, I spent 11 years there, was abruptly ended by an injury that I didn't know I had. And so when I came to Conway, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I always wanted to be a servant. I always wanted to help young people. And so I started out with the Sheriff's Department. I was a deputy for a while. And then an opportunity came for me to become an adult probation officer, and I was a probation officer for a while, and I was in charge of the younger offenders. And then an opportunity came for me to get into the education system here in Conway High School, which has been a godsend for me. It has been a God gift for me. And I got back in with Judge Braswell with the juvenile drug court. And I promise you, I have been blessed since I have been here. There are so many things that I can bring from my past and the way I was brought up and where I was brought up. I know my wife, she kind of laughs sometimes, but when I would go home and visit Dayton, Ohio, my family would be laughing, and all of a sudden, as we get closer to my neighborhood, you can feel a quietness come inside the car.
No place you would want to raise children.
Well,
and so with that, all I'm trying to say is with that, I recognize where a lot of these kids are coming from and the trust issues that they will have, because coming out and looking for some services that Judge Braswell offers, but I know what I have to go back to. And so it's hard for me to trust outside services.
Well, congratulations to you both, and thank you for all you guys have done and are continuing to do.
Thank you, and thank you, Judge Braswell, for surprising us with
Very
this.
welcome. Very welcome.
All right, we got to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a second. We're going to do birthdays. We're going to give away some Nate Bargatze tickets. Put your thinking cap on, Your Honor, and we'll get to that. And as we head in, I want to tell you, you guys should go celebrate this great recognition at a great restaurant.
I know a place.
Chili's. But that's not where we're going. We're talking about cash, DJ. We're talking about cash in downtown Little Rock. So if y'all come to the capital city, DJ will probably take you out. I'll go with you. It'd be great.
Okay.
Pork belly appetizer?
Oh, can't beat it.
Tuna wontons?
Get a wonton?
Let's do some steak, maybe a little scallops.
Oh, come on.
Let's roll it up nice. Listen, I think that we get one of each. The bacon, forget about it. They earned it. 501-850-0265 if you have a special event coming up or you got a special couple you need to take out to dinner. CashLittleRock.com is their website. CACHE, LittleRock.com. Locally owned, locally operated. Great chef who is always mixing things up. Very creative menu. And a great spot for special events. If you're making plans for the holiday season, I'm telling you, get on the calendar now. Get your date locked in. And up to 150 people in that space upstairs. If you have a smaller group that can accommodate that as well. Absolutely over-the-top service. Phenomenal food and drinks. And a great space to celebrate in. Go see our friends at Cash. Free valet parking in the evening as well. It's in downtown. We're back giving away some tickets when we return. Stick around.
The GM Giant, Crane Buick GMC in Conway, is your #1 source for high-quality Buicks and GMCs. Shop Sierras, Yukons, Enclaves, and more. Nobody beats the GM Giant's huge Crane cash discounts and low price guarantee. Buy with 0 down and get the Crane commitment. If your car doesn't say Crane on it, then you paid too much. Shop the GM Giant, Crane Buick GMC on Amity Road in Conway, or visit CraneTeamConway.com today. GMC, we are professional grade.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior, doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
Hey, it's David Bowser from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Well, Bass, game's almost over. I hope you got those bets in on the Oakland Sports app.
You know, Roger, this Oakland Sports betting app might actually make watching games with you bearable.
That's big talk coming from a guy who's about to pick up the tab. But I hear you. With this app, we can bet on all the games this season with so many options.
And after they kick this field goal, it'll be you picking up the tab.
Nah, he's going to miss.
It's good! That's bad. Bet all season long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Christy Pettit in Maumelle, Chad Kesterson in Arkadelphia, or Bo Beavis in Cabot today.
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
All right, we're about to give away some Nate Bargatze tickets. We got about 9 minutes left. Appreciate Judge Braswell having us up here today in Conway. It's been awesome. What a great story. Great highlighting the good work of some good people. Sheila and Dr. Ed Franklin, again, congratulations for your commitment. That was awesome to be a part of. You got me choked up, Judge. I love these stories, and I love seeing people who do great things and don't ask for any recognition to get the recognition they deserve. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. We appreciate you guys being here and taking the time to do that.
You bet. Now you can be part of giving away some tickets to some people, too, which isn't as cool as a plaque, but pretty awesome.
I'm going to be honest. I don't have tickets to this show, and I kind of feel like I need them.
Well,
so I'm probably not eligible, huh?
You should probably talk to Robert. He's he's the guy that can make things happen. I had to buy my tickets, so that's all I'm saying.
No, I need to buy some, too.
Well, it's going to be. I want it to be the biggest show ever.
He's hilarious.
Comedy-wise.
He's incredible.
So the woman they just had, the comedian, she did great. She had 12,000 seats sold, I think.
Wow.
Nate is over 12.5.
Okay.
But the biggest show ever is Kevin Hart, who's not funny, and he's 14,000. So I really want Nate to be the biggest show of all time.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Hey, if you could put 14,000 in there with Kevin Hart, could you not get 18.5 if they could get Chappelle to come back?
You would think.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I saw Chappelle at UCA.
I saw Chappelle at Robinson.
Okay.
Where'd you see him? At
UCA?
At Reynolds? Where was he?
I don't remember. I don't think Reynolds was there when I was at UCA, so it was the old auditorium area. Maybe it was Reynolds at that time, but
I don't know if he's doing a lot of shows.
Jimmy Fallon came to UCA. We had to do that over at Conway High.
Oh, man. I'd like to see Jimmy Fallon sing it.
It was so cool to see him,
though. No, yes, he's obviously very.
He's like the last late night guy
Yeah.
standing right now. You better watch out.
Well, yeah. Apparently Jimmy's mad. I think Jimmy's taking his show to the internet, but he'll be
Fallon
fine.
or Kimmel?
We'll see. Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Kimmel. Yeah.
That's what everybody's doing. He'll be fine.
That's probably for the best. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where Fallon should be on the radio. I think is what
He should be on CC, like closed circuit TV and stuff. You know.
Yes, he should. He should
Just
be on
local TV channels.
MeTV. Yeah, Tubi. He should be on Tubi. Listen, quickly before we do our giveaway for Nate Bargatze, do we have 3 players, Christian?
We do.
Is Angry Buckeye in for birthdays? Okay.
He is.
I want to say about Gwatney. I'm going to head over there here real soon again. We just had our Employee of the Month over there. You can see the video on our Buzz social media. They do a great job across the board. And we just highlighted their online sales, one of their online sales guys. They do such a good job over there, so you can see all their vehicles online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. But right now, I'll tell you this. They've got a 26 Trax or Trailblazer, 2 of their different SUVs, starting at just $249 a month. This is a brand-new vehicle, 2026 model year, for under $250 a month. Are you kidding me right now? What year is this? See, we talk about how everything's getting more expensive, Judge. Not everything. That's insane. I mean, when I was in high school, that would have been a good payment. Are you kidding me? If you want more truck for your money, too, save up to $13,000 on Silverados right now, and they're still taking care of you on your trade. Up to 20% over Kelly Blue Book for your trade, even if you don't buy from them. And for a lot of the vehicles, they can push your payments out until January. So if you're trying to catch up on some bills, telephone bills, they got you covered over at Gwatney Chevrolet. Go see our friends in Jacksonville. All right, let's get to it.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
All right, Judge, we have integrated into our birthday trivia some day in history things.
Oh.
So here we go. You're going to be DJ with Greg. Christian, I'm going to give you Angry Buckeye. And Judge Braswell, you got Dave.
All right, let's go, Dave.
Judge. Well, it's all on you. Dave is saying, let's go Judge Braswell. Yeah. All right, Judge, you're
Dave
a good
may
shot.
not be going to this concert.
Well, listen, you might not be either, but let's see if we can get everybody tickets. All right, here we go. What year, this is on this day, baseball allowed the first baseman to tag the base for an out instead of tagging the runner? What year did that happen, where baseball rules allow the first baseman to tag the base 4 and out instead of tagging the runner. This is not a David Basil history question. This is a legitimate answer with a real answer. And TJ, you first. What year?
64.
64 of what? 19?
Yes.
Okay. That's an awful, awful guess. Christian, would you like to guess what year did baseball? 1901. All right. What do you say, Judge?
I'm going to go
$1.
1885.
1848. You're much closer. Very good. Judge Braswell, point.
Yes.
Wow.
Big baseball guy.
Big baseball
Shocked
guy.
at you. This guy's an SNL alum. He's also Ted Lasso.
Sudeikis.
Judge Braswell.
Did you say Jason or just Sudeikis?
He said Sudeikis. He's the only Sudeikis. If he said just Jason, I wouldn't give it to him. Christian, he's a judge. Give him a break, okay?
Yeah.
He went to law school for this. He went to judge school, too, I guess. I don't know what they do. Christian, how old is Jason Sudeikis?
He's 48.
Where is the local judge school, anyway? Your Honor? How old is Jason Sudeikis?
I'm going to go 51.
47.
He's 50. Oh! Judge is dominating. This woman's an actress. She's married to an actor. She was in Bad Moms, Girls Trip, and The Matrix Reloaded.
Trinity.
Jada Pinkett
She's
Smith.
also married to Jada Pinkett Smith. That's right. How old is Jada Pinkett Smith?
She's still married?
She is still, I think, legally married.
She's
and
in an
still,
entanglement, I believe, too. But we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
she doesn't have an entanglement with her brush,
Yeah,
but that's what got Chris Rock slapped, so I'm not saying that.
It'd be
Oh,
easy.
come on.
Hey,
Easy.
Come on.
All right. G.I. Jane 2, how old is she?
55.
Oh, my God.
I don't care. What's it going to do to me?
You better be careful. You're going to get slapped.
Hurry up. We're out of time. Let's go.
55.
55, no. DJ.
54.
Yes, bingo bango. Good job. Welcome to the game. This guy's a former cyclist. He's the only one you
Lance
know.
Armstrong.
Lance
That's
Armstrong.
right. How old is he? How old is he?
Lance Armstrong is 54.
Yes, he is. Bingo bango. You win. Just kidding.
Is everybody 54?
Wait, is he 54?
He's 54.
Oh, okay.
Last one. He's from Arkansas, former Ole Miss coach, former Auburn coach.
Gene Chizik.
Gus Malcolm.
And he coached at Texas Tech University as well.
Tommy Tuberville.
And he's got the same
Is he in
initials as
politics?
Tommy
Tuberville.
Tuberville. That's what
Yeah, and he's exactly. Saban, Spurrier, Muschamp, Nutt, Mullen, Orgeron, and Tommy Tuberville. Anybody else coach at two different schools? DJ, you're the winner. Late comeback. What an
there we
effort.
go. 54.
Yeah.
54.
I don't know how,
Big day.
he was born in 54, actually. So that's how we round things out. DJ wins. Greg, enjoy your tickets. Your Honor, I hope you find some. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
Keep up the
Appreciate
great
it.
work,
You
and
bet.
tip of the cap to our friends here in the court system. They're doing good things, and it's not just putting kids in the penitentiary. It's about trying to get them on the right path.
That's exactly right.
All right, tomorrow you guys are in studio. Have a great time.
All right, man. Have fun in Sacramento.
Wes, I'm looking forward to your show. Stick around. Out of bounds next.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge right here in Sherwood. I want to announce that we're going to have a big contest in September between the Fletcher Dodge store and our Fletcher Honda store in Bentonville. This is a big challenge for us. The Honda store is the #1 volume store in all of Arkansas. To win this contest, Fletcher Dodge has to sell more vehicles than ever before. So here's what we're going to do. It's simple. We will not be undersold. We're putting my best price right on the windshield. Everyone gets my best price. There are no gimmicks. No, you have to trade in here or you have to finance for here. You don't have to do any of that. You just get the best price. We're going to set sales records at Fletcher Dodge and at Fletcher Honda. So come see us in person in Sherwood. Ask for Chris, the general manager, or my grandson, Sam Fletcher. See why Taylor Green buys his trucks at Fletcher Dodge. Shop in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop us at FletcherDeals.com.
Would you like to win the ultimate hunting ATV? Stop by Honda of Russellville right now through October 17th to win a